Right. Hey, y'all. Back porch bitchin' time. Dime. On the dime. Hello, hello. Yeah, so it's me and Renee tonight. T is doing dozer stuff, so he has no good internets.
No good internet.
No good internet, so we get to take over for the night.
We were very excited about this taking over, too.
How is everyone? Oh, it's cold too. We got a little heater.
We have like layers on.
Right here. Yeah.
We have, you'll see the flame of the heater. We are. Shalom, everybody. Hey, Tommy.
Hommy and Baha.
No, I have been renamed.
Yeah, what are you?
Foxy.
Yeah, she's Foxy. Now we have to come up with like a...
They said they needed like a sticker with a fox on it. Like a...
Yeah, but it's got to be like the sly... I don't know. Foxes are sly.
It doesn't really fit. But it was funny. Foxy. Whatever.
Yeah.
It's still an animal. Shalom for my new iPhone
Liberty!
12.
Liberty, liberty, liberty.
Oh, Liberty's on? I missed this.
I'm going to light my elbow on fire.
I
almost singed my eyebrows off.
We can move it back a little bit. I don't know how close can you get it to the wooden pole.
Yeah, you don't want it close to the wooden pole
Open
either.
Flames. Homemade pizza just out of the oven.
Yum. I had Pizza Hut pizza.
I see. The yellow one is here.
Oh, goodness, yellow one. Did you watch the Trump? Did you watch Trump on the stimulus package? I did not because I was working.
We read some of the stimulus package. I did not watch Trump, but I did read some of. I read what China and Pakistan and Egypt got from the stimulus package.
Yeah.
So. Oh no, the yellow one. Yes, the yellow one. China. I'm sorry. China got money in the stimulus package, y'all. Not to take away from the brave, but China got money in the stimulus package.
Right.
What you sipping on? Ginger ale?
And did I get ginger ale too?
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah. Ginger ale, Crown, and I get pomegranate in mine.
Normally, I didn't put any pomegranate. What palm?
Oh, you didn't?
No.
Looks palmish. Looks palmish. He basically said, no go, not signing.
He's not signing it?
Mm-hmm. I mean, I wouldn't either, because it is kind of like insulting.
That China got more money than the United States did?
Right, yeah.
Or the Smithsonian got more money?
That's kind of bullshizer.
Yeah, I mean, who got money? Smithsonian, National Arts Museums.
Right.
There's all kinds of people that got money.
Do we drink eggnog? I do not. I will not.
My husband and my kids, or half my kids.
I'm not a creamy alcohol person anyways.
And I hate eggnog. I don't drink milk either, though. Like, I don't ever drink a glass of milk or anything like that. It will not let me approve that message.
Very Independent is now going to be the yellow one. That's his code name.
The code name, the yellow one. Alex is on?
No, they're all together. They can't sit there and watch us. That's wrong. Go do something else, boys.
It's because of the frog glass, Mom. Yes, if you guys want to hear about childhood trauma. So my mom always wanted me to drink a glass of milk. Like with dinner, you always, that was a thing. Like, I don't know if it was like a 50s thing, like when they grew up, so they made us do it, but you always had to have a glass of milk with dinner.
Mm-hmm.
So my mom got me a mug, and you had to drink it till you could see the eyes of the frog in the bottom of your cup. Y'all, I am terrified of frogs. Like, I will drop my children, step over my children. Like, I do not like frogs. And I'm sure it has to do with the fact that I had to drink my milk until you could see the eyes of the frog in the bottom of it. It was like a coffee cup that had a frog in the bottom of it.
Yeah, that would.
I mean,
I don't want to see a frog when I'm drinking my coffee.
No, like there's nothing okay about this.
It's like seeing a head poking out of the toilet after you get up.
What?
Like snakes in your drain?
No.
Or a frog? Like you never had anything hop up through your drain?
No.
Who has had something hop up their drain before?
No. Somebody had that mug too. Yes. Throw your kid at the frog. Yeah. No, I would like. She would die. Yes, she would die. Like I have literally left my children like standing at the doorway as I like ran by quickly. And now they're old enough to all learn like there's a frog on the door. Everybody tell mom to look down. Don't look up, mom. Like walk in the house. Like I'm talking like tree frogs. Like big frogs are like I will die. But like a tree frog, like completely freaked out. We broke the lease on an apartment once because there were so many tree frogs that like the door looked like it was moving.
Yeah.
Because
they've had snakes come up through the septic before.
No.
You gotta look before you sit. Because sometimes you never know.
Okay, well that's a good thing that we use a bucket because
so Joe, tonight is going to be a completely different night than he said. I just got here.
Conversation for sure.
Yeah.
If you've never been here for Back Porch Bitches,
right?
We are different, but we bring a new flavor.
Right. We talk about all the other stuff that doesn't get talked about on Bear Independent, like snakes coming up through your septic tank.
Were you into preparedness before marrying Bear?
No, I wasn't. Not at all. And it took me a while to like get on board. And even still, there are times that I think my husband is crazy.
I'm just going to sip on my drink now.
So,
I would say the same about
I'm on board. I just still think he's crazy sometimes. Love you, babe.
They really like that we're a new flavor.
Yeah.
That's all the flavors. Yes, we are definitely all the flavors. The yellow one is definitely crazy. And so is the foxy one. So it's the same in my household, but my husband is Hommy and I am Bear.
Right.
So
yeah, we married the opposite people. Or the same
the
people,
personalities, same people,
sexes.
Opposite sexes. Yeah. Guys, I tend to be like, oh, we need 2, so we should buy 10. Like, why would you not buy 10 if you need 2? Like that, I just don't even, or 10 pounds is good, so 100 pounds or 200 pounds is better. So we're totally.
What's the craziest thing Bear's done, in my opinion?
Yes. Message anybody and ask for my number for Kelly. Absolutely. A1P.
Oh. What's the craziest thing Bear's
I need to go make some Sprite and Tito's. Yes, Liberty, join us.
Yes. In my opinion. The craziest thing Bear's done.
I mean, the pallets on Tacoma.
Yeah. So.
OPSEC.
I know. So it's a coat, and we have plenty of crazy going on.
There was only 50 people coming the first day, and like 200 people coming the second day. So.
And
I know we're OPSECing.
Yeah, T drops a bomb.
Screaming.
I know, drops a bomb on me in the midst of all of this.
But it's okay because there was a forklift.
Right. But my response was, I don't want to see it. I don't want to know it. Like, blinders on. I'm not even going to think about this until after Sukkot, because we had plenty enough crazy that I needed to focus on, that I didn't need this.
There were tarps involved.
Yeah. And so that was probably the craziest thing thus far. I do not think it will be.
It wasn't the thing. It was just the timing at this.
Right.
It was the timing.
It was the timing. So.
Yes, we are in the house. I did not get to watch Yankees today. I saw him post. I think it was about the $600 Was that what it was about? I saw.
Oh, yeah.
I
think
know
so.
Liberty's on here. She can probably update us.
Good evening.
Good
Is
evening.
the Duncan tube?
I don't-
Drunken tube, maybe.
No, we are not drunk. We don't do that.
I'm on 2. Because I started early.
She started an hour before me. And I was like, we usually do this for 3 hours, so that's 4 hours. They always wait for crazy time to drop bombs. Yes.
Yeah.
Right, and it's for the good of everybody, and he has the biggest heart in the world,
Right.
and we love him dearly, but sometimes you just want to be like, really?
Right.
Oh, stimulus package, Insurrection Act, in it to stop Trump. So yeah, but somebody just said he's not going to sign it.
Mrs. Hermit Hill, we will definitely be praying.
Oh no.
Definitely be praying.
Drunken donuts.
I had a time like that as well, and it was a
there's a video on that.
Sad day on the homestead. We went through a lot, and personally, there was a lot going on during that time as well that did not get voiced on the interwebs.
There's a lot more to it.
But yeah, like
I see.
when Satan attacks, he attacks, but we will definitely keep you covered in prayers. It sucks. I mean,
yeah.
Gosh, it sucks.
Yes.
Yeah, I will cry. That was not a good time.
Can the government just issue rifles or ammo instead of a $600 check? Yeah, because rifles and ammo cost more than a $600 check. We have a Sasquatch here. No, our Sasquatch is gone.
I don't know. We've been told. Well, we've been told that they live on a ridge near us, and so there could be a family of Sasquatches nearby.
She was my only sheep, and she was pregnant with twins.
Yeah, that's kind of how ours. But like when we lost, we had a first flock of sheep, and it wasn't, or a first herd of sheep, and it wasn't even really a herd. We had a male and a female, Bonnie and Clyde, and we had acquired, I think, 2 baby goats and a baby lamb, if I'm not mistaken. And basically within a week's time frame, my sheep had gotten out, Bonnie and Clyde, and the baby. The 2 goats died. Well, then I finally got Clyde and the baby back. Or no, we lost Clyde for good. Clyde was gone. I got the baby back and the mama back, and baby ended up getting attacked by dogs. And then I woke up the next morning and let my dog outside, and my dog attacked my sheep and ripped her throat out. So then there became the whole decision of, okay, I love this dog. This dog has been great, but this dog just killed my sheep. This dog has to die. And dealing with all of that. And she had killed a dog, like, during that. Like, it was an app, like, it's one of those moments, like, you fall on your knees and you just scream and cry, and it sucked. It really, really, really sucked. So
somehow Earl's daughter is on as a different person because she
banned. Got shadow banned. Yeah,
she got shadow banned. Can we make her new one a thingy, Bob?
Where is she?
She was up a bit. It says we are bored.
Dang, when was this, Hommy? This was maybe a year and a half ago, I want to say, possibly. It's on my channel. It's like one of my
bad day or bad week on the homestead, something like that.
Bad day on the homestead, or sad day on the homestead.
Yeah.
And it sucked. It just really sucked.
I like that. $600, 750 pounds of rice. Here I come. I like that.
I'm
Well, that's a
using.
good one.
That's awesome, Jesse.
Yeah, if you haven't gotten a bear fact, that's awesome.
Right. So, guys, right now I've got coyote.
Yeah. You guys should know if you want like a bear fact now, we have some great colors in stock. So
Yeah, I've got.
what are the right colors again?
I've got plenty of coyote bear facts, plenty of black bear facts, and a good bit of multicam and black bear minimums. And then cub kits, all but navy, I am fully stocked up on. So,
What about like adventure kits?
Adventure kits, I have black.
Yeah.
And that's it, because Condor sucks sometimes. And so, you know, we've done this before. We'll do it again. If you have an outstanding order in a color that I don't have, if you want to switch, you are more than welcome to.
Yeah.
You just write me and let me know.
Yeah, we definitely have some people who now when they place their order, they're like, okay, I ordered a red, but if red's not in,
Right. Give me
whatever. And we're trying to get all the suppliers to have all the colors, but you guys order fast. Let's see. Bear is running a preparedness drill. What happened if he is busy tending to the compost pile on a random
viruses
Tuesday
may
evening?
affect shipping times.
Amazing.
No joke, Badger. So,
oh my gosh.
legitimately, okay, we ship. If you order just one bear vac, bear minimum, cub pro, we ship it USPS, priority mail in a little flat rate padded envelope. And last week I started getting a slew of emails regarding, hey, is USPS just messing with me? Like I haven't gotten an update or anything on my
it just
tracking.
says, like we printed it. Like we
it
just had them
says
sitting
we
there in the office.
Printed the label. And so I looked into it with our postmaster, and she told me that the Tulsa distribution center was about 4 days behind. Well, I've had some orders that are 9 days before Tulsa is scanning them in. So
we ship them out, and then 9 days later they scan them as like arrived at the post office. And it's like, you guys, they come twice a day. Like they drop off, they're coming in and out of our office multiple times a day, and we're dropping off. They don't come back, we drop off what we have. Like nothing is sitting there ever.
So if you have an order that says a shipping label was created
and it never says something else, it's because it is stuck
give it a week,
and
a little plus.
After pagan winter
holiday
stuff, this will all get better. But we're so caught up on things, and then all of a sudden the post office is not caught up on things. Yeah. Got my ferret, came in 1 week. That was awesome. That's awesome.
And some people
really some people
they're blowing through, and some it's hanging up. I don't really know why. I just know that it is an issue.
Oh, somebody got an email from their bank that said USPS sucks, so send out payments earlier. I'm sure, I mean, but it's true. Like we've even we actually ordered boxes today so that we can send things UPS that we normally send USPS just for this temporary time being to get over the hump, because we don't want you guys waiting on stuff when we could have just mailed it a different way. Yeah. Order the scriptures and ship the next day. Yeah. Scriptures tend to ship pretty quickly. And should we tell them if you guys did not get the email?
Yeah.
There's a sale right now.
If you didn't get the newsletter email, no, it wasn't really a newsletter. If you didn't get the email,
if you're on the newsletter list, you got an email tonight.
Right. We're doing buy one, get one free on stickers, patches, magnets, and the keychain, I think.
BOGO on the swag. Yeah.
So yeah, we got BOGO on the swag.
Yeah. People have been always asking, how come, we need some specials on that. Mm-hmm. So
I'm sure they're on the hook for Amazon. Because we had
Amazon, the whole Amazon Prime. I mean, if y'all remember last year, you used to order something that came 2 days later.
Right.
Now Prime is 5 to 7 days if you're lucky, and
we're
half
like
the time
2
they lose
weeks.
it, like 2 weeks, yeah.
2-3 weeks, yeah. Whenever they have somebody out this way, they'll bring our shit.
How long would it take to send a bear back to Europe? I mean, as far as
that's a whole nother
we had one
slew.
to Slovakia or
Yeah.
something one time.
Yeah, Slovakia. If you're here, contact US UPS because you have a package waiting.
Well, that's
And
the thing.
none of your contact info is good, so I can't.
It depends on the country because a lot of times things get stuck right at customs, and you have to contact them, and you have to do things, and all of that. What does the sign say?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, it's a new sign.
If something here offends you, please let us know. We can all use a good laugh.
I don't know when we got that, but that's new.
It's Mike's.
Oh, him and his signs.
Yeah.
He has good signs.
What?
Idaho's here. Yeah, it's a good sign. Mike likes to buy fun signs. Do you have any long sleeve bear rifle t-shirts? So most all shirts are now on Teespring. So if you're watching this, like underneath this should be the Teespring store. And Teespring has lots of options as far as, do you want it as a v-neck? Do you want it as a long sleeve? Do you want, like, how do you want it? Do you want it as a hoodie? And so we kind of moved everything over to Teespring because they have way more options, and it eliminates us. We can get Bearfax out more because we're not doing t-shirts. And Teespring does such a great job. Yeah, we focus on what we're good at.
And we're good at Bearfax.
Teespring's awesome.
And stickers.
There's a long sleeve rifle bear. Yeah, you can do a lot of. Is there a promo code? No, once you put it in the cart, it will change the price. It should automatically
do it.
So you won't see the BOGO until you have it in the cart, but if you have both in the cart, the price should fix. If it doesn't, let us know.
Right. And it will choose the less equal or lesser value.
Can we get a bear onesie? I don't know if the Teespring store has like baby.
They don't.
No, baby.
I don't think so.
Maybe it's a grown person wanting a onesie.
Is there an address?
So Northeast Montana. What address?
Is there an address where you can send PMs to fund Caleb House? So right now, Caleb House can be funded through Grindstone Ministries, which if you go to grindstoneministries.com, there's the snowball there. Our entire focus for 2021 with Grindstone is Caleb House. So anything that is donated is going to go toward Caleb House. No adult onesies. No. Liberty
Bruce,
said
I saw your email, and we're good with the bottom left corner.
Yeah, I mean, I think we should. I thought it was a cool idea. Like, where should we put them? But I always just do the bottom left corner. But then she was going to put tactical chicken on the left, battle goat on the right, goats and hoes in the middle. Like, she has like a whole design thing going on with.
If you're Bear Nation, you know all the stickers, or you should.
Oh no! 2 years later, you should call Teespring about that because
what?
Somebody said it's been like they ordered a bear shirt. Well, you can't have ordered a bear back from Teespring, so not sure what's up with that. At what point do you make soup from hens that are not producing?
The minute they stop producing.
No, Bear is not down with the COVID, y'all. Bear is in the woods having fun.
Yes, we said BOGO on stickers and
BOGO on stickers,
patches, magnets, and a keychain. So yes, get your BOGO. It's automatic. You don't need a promo code. Just put it in your cart and buy it.
Oh no, the curb creeper has the COVID. No, yeah, I'm sorry to hear you have the COVID, but Bear does not have the COVID. He is just being a bear in the woods.
Yeah, we didn't put him outside the gates or anything. I mean,
Bear is doing bear things. Yes, Bear likes to go spend time in the woods sometimes.
Yeah, he's a bear after all. He's got to scratch his back on a tree.
Somebody did earlier ask us bear poop in the woods.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, yeah, usually in a bucket in the woods, but if you had to, RC.
That's awesome, April.
Yes, RC is. If RC works for you, check out Die Guys because it's amazing too.
And one, you know,
He is not live streaming with the hatchet and the tarp this time.
no,
He's much more comfortable, but
no,
he's still a bear in the woods.
icy woods. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we tried to ask him a question today, and he was like, "Me, those are things." He was being a bear. Hey, Bama,
But yeah, I'm not gonna shove essential oils down your throat. But I am a firm believer in what they do, and so yeah. If you ask me a question, I will answer it. And
essential oily, herby,
right,
supplements, like we use all of those things as a first line of defense before we take the NyQuil. You know what I mean? Like, we're gonna oil you up. We're gonna feed you things. We made, homemade chicken and rice soup the other night from bones, was starting with homemade chicken broth. Like, we really do this stuff, y'all.
Yep.
When somebody is sick, they got some, Jewish penicillin, as they call it, from us. You might make you choke on some thieves and get mouthy. We have thieves mouthwash.
Right.
Yes, we do. Are us related? We almost finished each other's sentences. So tell the story about how we met.
We met when Renee pulled into the driveway next door
to live here.
And we have
finished each other's sentences.
Yeah, we had talked on the phone once,
and it was super weird.
Before that, like maybe a couple of months before that, and but it was super weird and awkward, and because I'm not a phone person, like I either know you really well and we can have a phone conversation, or you get sales harmony, which
it has a voice, y'all.
Right, which is it's a personality. Like anybody in sales can tell you, like, yeah, you're not yourself. You change into the salesperson. So to kind of be talking business, kind of be talking personal, it was just really
what
weird.
Essential oils taste like. Don't taste them unless you know what you're doing.
Yes,
FYI. You should not be tasting essential oils. Yes. So I'm sorry. So yeah, we talked on the phone.
Big no. Like don't do it.
Or put essential oils in your mouth unless you absolutely know what you're doing, because it will burn your esophagus out.
Right.
Just saying.
You can legit F yourself up. So don't do it.
Yeah.
You don't. And people take essential oils very lightly. Like they think it's just like this
medicine,
like
strong
candle that they rub on themselves.
No. And do not buy essential oils at Walmart and try to use them on any porous surface of your body.
Right.
Even diffusing them, I would not do. But
it all comes in, and if it's not safe to inhale, it should not be safe to rub on your body or ingest, and vice versa. If it's okay to rub on, then it should be okay to inhale and
maybe ingest, depending on what it is.
And
there are safe ways of ingesting and there are unsafe ways of ingesting. So please do not. These can be lightly brushed on teeth if needed. Yes and no, depending on the person, because I told somebody to put clove on their gums and they were mad at me.
She was lit. Yeah.
Did Bear Independent just pay us $4.99?
What the hell do you want?
Are we ignoring you? Why did Bear Independent just pay us $4.99? Essential oils.
What about doTERRA? Yay. I would trust doTERRA way more than I would trust Walmart.
Or us.
I do not have
like the Frontier brand. Like doTERRA, Young Living is number 1. doTERRA is number 2. Melaleuca is out there as like a number 2 or 3. They're all the top brands are tested. They're good.
Right.
Some of their blends are better than other blends, but Young Living is like the source.
Yeah.
They started it all. Like if you were talking about like who started it, they started it. So
kind of how
you
like
get what you pay for.
McDonald's drives the meat market in the United States. Young Living drives the essential oils market.
Bear's dropping dollar bills, y'all.
But I do not have experience with doTERRA. And there's a lot of people that
them.
Right. There's
if
just
you
like
understand the story, like
there's
the
a
founder
hatred
of
there
doTERRA
that like I don't
used to
want
work for Young Living and then split and started their own company. So if everybody's ever worked in companies where companies split and start new companies,
Right.
They hate each other.
Right.
But like quality wise,
I don't care.
it's
I don't care.
learn
If it
about
works,
oils,
okay.
use oils and use them appropriately.
Yeah.
But buying stuff off of Amazon or from Walmart or from your Target, don't do it. This is one of those things. It is medicine. You get what you pay for, 100%.
They just decertified Georgia election results for real.
Hopefully. That's awesome. Oh my gosh. Yeah. The proposed stimulus. Lead in essential. Yeah. There's so many bad things in essential oils, and often you're paying for nothing.
Yeah.
This nurse doesn't do essential oils. Why don't you do essential oils as a nurse? Because people use them wrong? Bear is not deep in the woods. He's not. No, he's not that deep in the woods.
I did. I shaved my beard.
When did you shave, Bear? CBD does nothing for me. The price is too high. CBD is one of those things. It depends on the quality. It depends where you're getting it from. It depends what you're trying to use it for. It
Depends on your body.
how your body reacts. It depends on what's going on in your body. It's the same. It doesn't make it wrong. It's just,
Yes, the canon. That's normal.
yeah, THC versus
Unfortunately.
CBD. It's a whole thing because it's about the cannabinoids and the terpenes, and there's so much more to CBD than CBD. It makes you smell funny. Oh yeah, there are times that I like. So last weekend or 2 weekends ago, I had an upset tummy, and I am a Die Guys freak when I have an upset tummy. Like I eat something bad, I'm like shaking it on my belly, rubbing it, putting it in my mouth. Yes, I know what I'm doing with essential oils, so I can put it in my mouth. But I walk around people and they're like, who is the dirty hippie? Italian hippie, like oil surgery for disaster for coffee. Yeah. So it's all about learning it. It's all about knowing how to use it, like everything else.
Right. You gotta do some homework.
So the first phone call was awkward. Then we met in person. So the first phone call was awkward because to me, she was Bear's wife.
Right.
Like I worked for TJ and I had a relationship with TJ, although completely virtual. I worked for him. I did things. He thought it was magical because I could make things happen quickly. And he complimented me a lot. And I was like, oh, I like this guy. He's really nice to me because I'm like a pizza party kind of girl. Like, give me a certificate. Tell me I'm nice. And I'm like, yeah, I'll do more for you. So yeah. So then we moved here. And we had only talked on the phone at one time, and then I literally
And I
drove
was
up in a
nervous.
U-Haul.
I was like, I don't know, like, we kind of got along on the phone. Like, nothing struck me as like,
Nothing was bad, but it was
Right.
awkward and
it was
weird.
just weird.
And
Yeah.
I hate the phone. Like I hate the phone, and
Yeah.
she is like I hate the phone, but then I'll talk to you for 2 hours, which is it's a weird thing. But anyway, we talked like the next day or like 2 days later, and we literally have kind of been inseparable since then.
Yeah.
Yes, we know Trump refused to sign, which is awesome, but can it be done in time? Patchouli, the mace of the hippie world. Yes. If you've not smelled Die Guys, it's like it has patchouli and parsley and oregano and like marjoram, and
Yeah.
it works amazing, but you smell like a dirty Italian hippie.
Yeah. That's the best.
And people all of a sudden
description
are
for
just
it.
like, when you have it on you and you forget, because after you put it on, like you don't smell it anymore. But you'll go around people, and I walk into a room and TJ will stop and be like, wait, who used Die Guys? I'll be like, hey, me. How's everybody gonna spend their $600?
Half of a used truck.
That's a really
Hopefully it's
Cheap
the
truck.
engine half.
it's a really cheap truck. Yeah, that's often they sell out, and then well, and I would say oils along with like homeopathics and herbals, like a good elderberry tincture, elderberry like there's a lot of really good herbs out there. And then you get into just even using, I mean, to me, my family knows if you get a cough, like you're gonna eat some onion honey at my house, which is like onions cut up in honey, but it'll cure a good congested wet cough like really quickly. My kids know Why has it got to be Italian? Because it's got like
It
Italian
smells-
seasoning in it. It smells like Italian seasoning in oil.
with patchouli. Yeah, I'm not a patchouli person.
No,
Like,
patchouli smells nasty
I mean,
to me.
but there are like definite patchouli people. Like you either love it or you hate it.
No, I don't like it.
And
But
I'm a hater.
whatever that blend is, it works.
It does
so
work
good.
amazing.
I mean, you guys, I was almost in like anaphylactic shock and needed to go to the hospital. And she ran inside and got the dye guys, and I put it on the roof of my mouth. And within 5 minutes, I was completely better. So,
Fairfax would be a good purchase in Coyote or Black. Currently.
Why is he your 25-year-old son diffuses young living oil 24/7? What is he trying to hide? That's the first thing I thought of. A 25-year-old guy.
Or he's a
diffusing-
newbie. Like newbies tend to like
diffuse it all the time.
diffuse all the time. And like I definitely have my moods. I am a daily oil
Bear cough
user.
eliminator. I wish
but-
something would eliminate this cough, y'all. If I could,
Right.
I would.
Tune
True.
in.
25-year-old guys tend to stink.
This
I don't know.
Mama Bear.
25-year-old
Mama
guys
Bear.
tend to smell better than like 18 or 16-year-old guys.
Yeah.
Like 16 to like 22 guys.
That's just
they
nasty.
just smell.
That's just
As soon as a revolt happens, our vaccine's going to be needed first. It doesn't really matter if they want to mandate vaccines. We're not taking it. Like,
right.
we are not taking it. Elderberry server will fix that cough. Sure. Mhm.
No, it won't. Trust me, we know.
I make elderberry syrup.
We live with her every day. Nothing will fix it. Hi, ladies. We look cold. We are. We have the
No,
heater.
we actually the heater. It's
Yeah,
not too
I'm
bad.
not bad. I'm not really bad.
Alcohol helps with coughs.
Yeah, we have alcohol covered.
Frankincense and myrrh. Yeah, there's
Mhm.
elderberry and Everclear. Yeah, you can tincture elderberry in just about anything. We had one today that was a rum based.
Mhm.
Smelled good. Stop smoking cigars. That's it. It's me smoking the cigars all the time.
Would you take vaccine if it were just exposed antibodies and it were free? No.
I mean, the
No.
theory behind how a vaccine scientifically is supposed to work seems like the right thing, but and this is also what, like, I never sent my kids to chickenpox parties,
Right.
very much because I was a believer, and I believe that we shouldn't force a disease on somebody because we don't know what's going on in their immune system. We don't know what's going on in every other way in their life. And so I believed that if Yah wanted my child exposed, then my child would be exposed. So I would never have wanted to send my child to, like, when I was bringing
To
up my
deliberately try and get them.
kids, there were chickenpox parties. There were chickenpox, like, lollipops.
Yeah.
That you would, like, have somebody would do a bunch of lollipops and then mail them out to people, and then your kid was supposed to take the lollipop that had been pre-licked
Mhm.
by a kid. And I didn't do it because you don't know what's going on in a children's body, and you don't know what's going on in an adult body. You don't want to purposely expose yourself out of your natural everyday
Mhm.
life. So, does Bear have a bear cave? Yes, he does. It's called a bulldozer.
Yep.
It's big yellow iron.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, to me, are any of your kids vaccinated?
Yes.
Yes and no. I have 6 kids, so.
Yeah.
My first was vaccinated until she was 5. My second until she was 3 months.
Yeah.
And
Mine's
then I
an
have.
Ishy. Ishy, yes.
Then after she only got the first 3 months, and then she's had nothing, and then my last 4 have never had a single shot.
Yeah.
And they've never been sick. Like,
Mhm.
out of those last 4, there have been less than half a dozen sick visits to the doctors out of all 4 kids. And some of them are 16, 13, 11. Like
Right.
my kids don't get sick.
Right. Leslie wants some single preppers sent her way.
There's
Lizzie.
There
Lizzie.
are some on
We
this
have
channel.
some. Y'all,
There's
like,
quite a few
there
on
are
this
some
channel.
single.
So hang around, talk a lot,
Yeah.
and tell them that you're.
Connections have been made before. Like,
Connections have been made. My daughter is married because of this channel.
Yep.
And she got married in less than 100 days. 100 days from when she met him till they were married. She's on here too. I'm single. Where's she at? I have 2 married daughters already, and one was married on this channel. Yeah. If y'all don't know, I don't know if I'm supposed to say. One of the people who keeps talking, oh, here's my daughter. Yes, date each other in the forums at bearindependent.com. Right. Maybe we can make like a meetup.
Right. See, how many people? We have 300.
Prepper singles.
I was going to ask about the forums.
Makes me feel better about not having. Yeah, no, that's. You can always vax later. You can't undo it. Right. So to me, it's like if you're not 100% sure, do your research and check into it. You can always do it later. So there's no reason people are like, oh, you know, what if they want to travel and what if they want to be missionaries? Then great, they can get vaccines when they're adults. Mm-hmm. They would have a stronger immune system. They would be of their own choice. Like there are so many different things. I have a child who plans on vaccinating when they turn 18. And I'm like, awesome. Right. Go do it. You know, in the meantime, I'm going to make you read some books and I'm going to have you read the inserts. I'm going to have you check some things out so that you're fully educated.
All you can do is give them the information and make their own decisions.
But once you're an adult, like I'm raising kids to be adults who can handle doing their own research. I'm a homeschooler. If y'all don't know that. This is my 20th year homeschooling. Ya's awesome. Love my Yankee. Be mine. The whole point is to teach them to go and get the information themselves and make strong decisions for themselves and take responsibility for those decisions and become independent people who contribute to the world. Right. So if he that tells you who it is, if he chooses to vaccinate when he is 18, I'm more, you know, go for it. Like make that strong decision yourself.
Hello from my bug out location. Hello, Greg.
Yes, you're not raising kids, you're raising adults. Exactly. And that's my 5-year-old. My 5-year-old, I often say to her, like, you're going to make a great adult. But this little manipulation game that you played with your friends is not okay.
Right.
Because the other night she figured out that she could like make one do something to get her what she wanted and she traded. And I was like, okay, that's going to be great when you're a lawyer, but not with your friends. Satan is matched with 2020. I would believe that.
Oh, liberty. Yes.
Right. Crazy. Well, yeah, the legacy with cells from abortions. And if you actually look up, not just that they contain aborted fetal tissue, but what they needed to do to get to that cell line, to get to that aborted fetal tissue, the number involved in that cell tissue line is how many children needed to be aborted before they found the disease in that child. So 35, you know, there are 34 children who died of innocent reasons before it happened. So, and it's all in the inserts. You don't need to read, you know, this blog and this propaganda because both sides have propaganda. Read the insert. Read the actual insert that comes with the packaging. You will never vaccinate again.
Who is the Antichrist, in your opinion?
I don't think we know who it is yet. Like, I don't think the person is here. Like T always says, this is not the end, y'all. No. This is just the taste at the beginning. This is not the end.
I do think everybody will kind of get blindsided by it, though. Like, it's not, I don't think it's going to be anybody that we, like, that's like a legitimate douchebag that, like, we don't like. Like, I think he's going to fool a lot of people.
Right. And I think that there are signs that we need to know, and that goes to knowing your Bible. Right. Knowing what the signs are. Like, you know, T always says it's not the end until there's the 2 witnesses standing on the Temple Mount, like preaching, fire breathing. Right. Until that's happening, like, we're not there yet, y'all. There are very distinct signs as to what that's going to be. Now, it may look a little different than 2 guys standing there, but we're going to know. You're going to be like, oh, wait, this is way too familiar. You need to be familiar enough with your Bible to know it's familiar. We are in the Braxton. That's a perfect description. we are in the Braxton Hicks.
Completely.
It's checking you to be like, are you paying attention?
Mhm.
This isn't it, but what if?
No.
But what would you do if this happened? But what would you do if that happened? Like, it's not even the like labor pains of real labor. It's the labor pains of like, do you have your stuff? As TJ always says, like, okay, if this were the end times, what would you do?
Right.
So
Yeah. What are
do
you
it.
doing different?
Yeah, like I ordered $500.
If you
worth of
think
Amazon
that,
crap today.
then how are you living life to compensate for that? So
Dry run for Armageddon actual. Yes, exactly. That's good. It's the cramps.
mhm.
I don't believe that when you can't buy and sell without a vaccine. I believe that when you can't buy and sell without a vaccine, there's going to be enough people who are refusing the vaccine that we will have an ability to trade amongst each other.
Right.
You know, people are like, what are we going to do when we have no doctor and we have to have the vaccine to go to a doctor? I was like, I know enough doctors that aren't going to take the vaccine.
Right. There'll
That
be
we
an
will have a
underground
doctor.
railroad. Like that's the whole point, and that's kind of the whole point of Bear Nation. That's why we
Fair forums.
Right,
Just saying.
that's why that was one of our
April, I
big
saw your question. I'll ask
goals with making Bear independent is that we wanted to be the facilitator for all of those spider webs to connect with people like you guys, talking with each other, communicating with each other, connecting with each other, and that's why we do what we do is so that I guess so we facilitate this kind of
We're building relationships and context
Right.
ahead of time.
right.
Because you're not going to, as much as you're like, oh, when the Navy SEAL Team 6 guy walks onto my property, am I going to accept him? You need to have known him ahead of time because he's not coming to your property if you don't know him already. If a guy's smart enough to be capable, he's already capable and has set that up. So somebody asked, how long have we been prepping?
4 or 5 years with T. Probably
Like,
5 years. Yeah.
So I have been food storage prepper for as long as I can remember. It was like ingrained in me, but probably 3 years of like taking it seriously and spreadsheets and, if you know me, like spreadsheets and labels and colors and stuff. Before that, I was always the person who bought, 25 boxes of cereal.
Right.
Yeah, you need to have made those connections. You need to know, because one of the things we were just talking about this recently, you need to see people under stress, under normal everyday stress, to know what they're going to be like, even maybe have a glimpse of what they're going to be like when they're hungry, they're tired, they don't
when they're
have a
raging.
house.
Yeah, like
when they're raging.
Yeah.
Like, you need to see people when they are pissed off, like completely losing their shit. And how do they handle that? Do they walk away?
Mhm.
Are they capable enough to be like, need to go be a bear in the woods? Like,
Right.
not that that's what he's doing, but like, I'm a one who, like, you'll see me and I can feel it, like, and when I get around here, I'm like, I'm gonna go take a walk.
Yeah.
Like, I know that I will blow and I need to separate myself. And when I was younger, I didn't have that. I just exploded on
I just
everybody.
exploded. Yeah.
And so you need to see what people aim for the crotch.
Yeah, Spivey. She is a color coderer.
Are you a color coder? Oh, I love me my colors and my
Yeah.
files.
And I make fun of her. She comes into because
we are friends. We are not the same.
right, no. And she'll come into my office and my
face is judgy.
yeah, our office drives her crazy.
I have a different office.
Right, yeah. She has her own space, but she comes to my space sometimes to work.
Because I like them.
And then wants to bitch about it. And I'm like, no, it's gonna be okay.
They tell me
Go
that.
on.
They're like,
Yeah.
hey, it's fine.
It's
the
fine.
colors so match. And I'm like, but
No.
do you
Like,
realize
it's okay.
that if you had a system and you followed the system, your life would be better?
The world won't melt because I'm not color coded.
Can I just help you with your system?
Nope.
can I please? And she and my husband, who I've been married to for 25 years, are the same freaking person. They look at me like I'm insane. Like they purposely, and I know they both do that. They will purposefully, even though they would want to pick the correct color of folder that I have purchased, they will purposefully pick a different color of folder just so that it's not correctly color coded.
Yeah.
Because that's their personality. I call them my B's. They're my B's. I love them, but they're my B's, B personalities. I have an A plus personality. I don't just get an A. I get an A plus.
Right. You need your patch. Hold on.
Oh yeah, I need my patch on my hat. I am an A plus.
There you go.
It's not OCD. It's
She's an
right.
A plus, y'all.
My husband sent me a video the other day where somebody at the end, he goes, not all of it's you, but the part where she says, it's not about being
Liberty
right,
agrees.
it's
You're
about doing
insane.
it correctly.
Thank you, Liberty.
There's a right way.
Bless you, April.
Okay. Liberty is way more A personality than she thinks she is. Just saying. D is for degree. No, it's not. Okay, just FYI, it's not OCD, it's CDO, because you need to put it in the correct alphabetical order. If you can't be an A plus, then it must be a failure. 100%.
How do you prep for kids when it comes
CDO.
to
Woo, woo.
clothes and shoes if stores weren't available tomorrow?
There's enough clothes on the planet that if half the world dies, there will be enough clothes.
So there is. I mean,
That's what I think.
that's kind of the thing, and that's part of the importance of kind of getting those connections in that community now.
Liberty.
Is because I, like, me personally, I have not bought, I have maybe bought my daughter a t-shirt or two in the past year, because we have friends, we have family that are constantly donating used clothes. And I'm not,
That's community too.
that is not above me to accept donated clothes. There
They
are some
barely are
people,
used, but
right?
whatever.
But there are some people that, you know, they
the way
they
our
diss
kids wear
that.
clothes, they are sitting in a mud puddle out somewhere.
but that's
Cow
the
poop.
importance of having that type of connection now, is that when the time
That
comes,
bike, I don't like you either.
you
Telling people best prank ever is to change all the colors of her folders.
oh,
They stole my stapler, and I still don't know who did it, but somebody stole my stapler from my space.
it wasn't me.
It's okay. My friend bought me a new one.
But yeah, that's the important, like, and SHTF, like, I think clothing is going to be one of those things that's more prevalent, because especially families with kids, their kids are going to be growing and they're going to be looking for something to trade.
It's going to become a marketable item. that
It'll
is
be a
traded.
marketable item, clothing and shoes.
And kids don't, I mean, yes, there are stains or things, but there are a lot of things that David Campbell, no. I'm making a list here. I'm making a list. Best to have the staplers, not this. I agree with you. Don't tell them ideas. Okay. But yeah, I mean, I think that we give away clothing often that is, there's nothing wrong with it. Our kids don't like it. They don't, it's not their color. It's not their style, you know. But my kids, I mean, we shop, and my kids on here will tell you, like, I would be like, okay, we can go to a regular store and buy one of these, or we can go to, you know, Salvation Army and here's $50,
Right.
You know,
Get
a
4
wardrobe.
outfits. Yeah.
Yeah. And I've always brought them up fighting stance time. Not yet, but maybe. Here in person, you might get a fighting stance for me, because how do you move your family away from Christmas, and is Hanukkah a good replacement? No, it is not a replacement.
Okay. Yeah, Andrew. So
I'm going to go pee while you answer that question.
okay, I got to pee.
Where can I find the Bear Forums? At bearindependent.com. I'm aware. We cried all night.
Okay, so to answer Andrew's question, how did you move your family away from Christmas, and is Hanukkah a good replacement? So right there, It's not about replacing a tradition with another tradition. Just because you want to be able to do something in December because everybody else does. That's the wrong place for your heart to be. We do not do Hanukkah, and we don't do Hanukkah because, number one, it's not commanded. It's not one of the commanded feasts or appointed days, and we have not felt convicted to celebrate Hanukkah. We do something completely different. And as far as how we transitioned our family away from Christmas is we were honest that most of our lives we had been lied to. We were deceived, and because of that deception, we made poor choices in what we did with our kids. And now that things had come to light, and that we knew better and knew what was right and knew what was wrong, that we did not want to do it anymore. And it was a relatively hard pill to swallow for our children because there's a lot of shit wrapped up in Christmas. But when you get down to the nitty gritty of it, none of that shit matters. It's what Yah commands us to do, and Yah is very explicit in commanding us to not do those things, i.e. Christmas. So our kids had a hard time with it. We tried to, I guess, like console them as much as we could, while still maintaining true to our beliefs. But it was a challenge. Like, it was not easy, and it's still not easy because in our house we have a split household. So I do have an ex-husband that my kids go to visit, and they do Christmas there. And we've kind of left it up to them on how they proceed. Like, they're getting older, they're getting more learned in the word, and so I believe there will come a time when they make their own decisions. But it's something that's how we do. So I don't know. It is a financial trap, and that was one of the main reasons why I did not really have a problem letting it go. I mean, we would typically spend $1,000 each Christmas, and that was fairly conservative, like us, going cheap in the family. And at that point, it's stupid. Like, why are you spending money just to be able to get somebody a present because that you didn't like, or you're getting them something because they're getting you something, and it's just stupid. Like, the whole thing is just idiotic to me. And and then there are people that they have very like belief based traditions and all of that, like with Christmas. Like, it's
Right.
It's more about the birth of baby Jesus and
Right.
all of that.
They have
and
a good heart, and their heart
right.
may
And
be
those
deceived,
people
but
I
their
can
heart is
get
correct.
behind
Thank
more than people that just do it to do it. Like,
right. If you're living your life as a Christian and then you're still choosing to do Christmas, and you've read the scriptures and you've watched some of the movies and you understand the history behind it, and you still choose to do acts because it's important to your family and you feel like it builds family memories and all of that, I don't necessarily think that's horrible.
right.
Like, but it's you, and I feel like as you move forward, you he takes you on a path, and there are times when you will maybe a year or two later, you will all of a sudden feel uncomfortable with it, and then things will change. And so Yah expects of you different things at different levels, and he doesn't, like, depending on your personality, he doesn't take you all the way down the path the very first day.
Right. Respect the shooter. Can an atheist live in Torah, in your opinion? Wait, shit. Where'd it go?
Inventory and pain. Like, if he does all the things but doesn't believe in God.
No,
Because it's on your heart.
having Yah on your heart is like the top command. So no, you can't. I mean, you could.
It would be blasphemy.
Right,
really.
like you could physically do
and most of the world physically does most of the
90% of the commands. But no, like you would not actually be living in Torah.
Right. Living in Torah is more about your heart than following the commands, because 99% of people follow the commands without even knowing.
Right. Have fun with that, Matt. Don't touch it.
Don't touch it.
Don't touch it.
Probably not, because we know fire, but I appreciate you. Did you bring a charger cord?
No, this is
I have one in my car.
I know, but you brought me one.
This is
And it is,
You
yeah.
want to come say
Christmas is a commercial extravaganza.
hi? Do you want to come say hi?
And it's
It's wrong.
I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if it would be better if it was true to meaning or not, but
What? Yes. I'm whispering. Y'all can't hear me when I whisper, can you?
yeah, circumcision of the heart. Like, and once you know, and that's the other thing, like a lot of people are like, yeah, I know, but no, it's not. Yeah, I know, but
Yeah, I know, and I screwed up. But
and
there
then I
isn't, yeah,
changed.
Yeah.
And then there's the, yeah, I know, but everybody else does it. And I don't want to be the weird, awkward one.
Is that a sister? No, it's a father.
Doesn't do it. And so you still comply. And no.
It's a grumpy father, apparently. Who is the best shot in the family? Ooh, those are fighting words.
It depends.
In my family, it's definitely my husband.
And in my family, it depends on what we're hunting.
True. And what gun's being used.
Yeah. Yeah.
You whisper like
T
you're
and I had.
I don't have whisper, y'all. I just
because we probably have some new people here, but T and I had like a whole like shooting competition one day. It was literally me and my house coat with the 22 and him with the 22, and we were like tag teaming roosters.
It's a video, y'all. It's out there.
It's a video on Patreon, so you do have to be on Patreon to find the video. But needless to say,
It's
I
worth
won.
$1.
I won,
She won.
and it was fun. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And then I won when we did the tactical chicken versus bear.
So what do you
I
do?
think you guys might like me.
Yeah. So he says, so what do you do instead of Christmas? Just celebrate every day? No, we have the feasts.
We have the feast.
So we
And
some of us do Hanukkah or portions of Hanukkah. Hanukkah is not a commanded feast, but it is still a biblical holiday.
well,
so
that's
not-
what I said. Like, if you're convicted to keep Hanukkah, then keep Hanukkah. But if you're doing Hanukkah as a replacement
It's not a
for
replacement.
Christmas,
No, it's a
Because-
really cool historical
right?
holiday to remember, but you need to be getting, your Bible and, your books out to truly understand what Hanukkah is. It's not about presents at all. That's not what it's about. So there are biblical feasts that are commanded, and those feasts are amazing and fun and awesome, and there's fellowship involved, and there's food, and there are some really cool times that are spent together, even when you have to fast together. And then TJ starts cleaning the grill of the bacon grease from the last week that you want to kill him but we have that memory. We have that time together. We have that fasting together. So we spend those times together, and we do those feasts, and we do that stuff together. And so we build those memories in a very different way. We build those memories the way Yah created us to be able to do that, and not as a replacement. Passover doesn't replace Easter. It came before and was commanded before. Easter was a made-up thing. Christmas is a made-up thing. Sukkot, Hanukkah,
Right.
all of those things are commanded feasts. So we're doing what is required of us, and it is certainly not a burden. And anyway, if you've ever been here for Sukkot, it's not a burden.
If you, any feast.
Any Sukkot. Yeah, any feast.
They're
anything.
fun. Let's
The
see.
scopes were messed with, I heard.
What did I?
Badger, that's it. Scopes were messed with.
AC, any idea on when OD Bearfax will be ready to ship roughly? Next week. I am anticipating
Working on it.
a order of all the colors. It will be here next week. And, we have
No vegan bacon. We do beef bacon. No
Yeah.
vegan bacon. We don't do vegan anything around here. In fact, TJ says we grow vegetables to feed the animals, not us. I eat vegetables, but they eat meat.
Right. But yeah, next week we should be packing and shipping. It just kind of depends on where your order falls in.
Ice Age farmers. Awesome.
Yeah.
Eat vegetarians first, so the closest to grass. Easter is pagan. Yes. I mean, Easter's to me a very easy one. Oh, Refuge Medical Patch.
We
Somebody asked for Refuge
we have
Medical
one.
Patch.
You have to order
It's coming.
via Refuge Medical in
Is it
order
on
to.
the store already?
No, we don't offer them for sale.
Oh.
We just stick one on your order. But you have to order through Refuge Medical in order to get one.
All of our holidays are pagan rituals. Yes, all of our quote unquote
Modern day
holidays are.
Yeah.
But there are many, and there's more holidays than you would ever expect that are truly biblical holidays and are a blast.
Right.
Leviticus. Yes.
Mhm. Okay,
What?
I gotta pee now. You
Okay.
have to talk to people.
I'll talk to people.
Oh, excuse me, I'll be back.
Where did the foe go?
Bo went to go pee in the woods.
Oh, I missed it. We actually had a little guest here. A foe. Look, I love my A+. I love this. Okay. What priority foods will we be focusing on your gardens next year? Oh my gosh. We just talked about this because we just seem to, I'm sure everybody out there got their seed catalogs, and we realized that between us, we all still have a lot of seeds that weren't planted. So we need to kind of focus on what we have. But yeah, Refuge Medical Patch. I think I answered that. They are available when you get it. Turkey bacon. I do not like turkey bacon. I like beef bacon, and there is on Patreon J. John's recipe. I think TJ shared it. J. John's recipe for beef bacon. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. Beef bacon is amazing. Needs to be an A+++. I think that means I'm crazy, Liberty. Don't be saying that. So I don't know where Bo. Oh, he went to go get a chair, y'all.
Not pee.
Sorry. We have another person of the Stump family that is here. You gonna sit over there?
It doesn't even feel that cold out here. I don't know why.
It's our look. Hey, say hi. Wait, you walk past the camera.
Say hi, Bo.
I was not saying hi.
Hi, Bo.
Hi, Fo.
Say yo ho, Bo.
Ray Ho, Fo.
Who was it? Ray Ho Mo? No, it was.
Here.
There's no Mo here, but there is a ho, a fo, and a mo,
Ho, Ray, Fo.
and a row.
No.
Fo, Ray,
There's a
Ho.
ho.
Ray, Ho.
Bo.
Resurrection Day is
Ray
not the
Ho
same as
Mo.
Easter.
Fo, Ray,
Yes.
Ho. Fo, Ray,
And
Ho.
Resurrection Day is not actually a commanded feast. Looks like Bear's twin.
But older.
Oh, really? Good evening, Fo. Hey, Fo. You're getting a lot of hey, Fo. Ho, mo, Fo? No, you got fo, mo, ho. Or ho, mo. I don't
You're
know.
forgetting yourself.
Oh, Ray.
Ray FOMO.
Fo,
Or faux ho.
ho, mo. I don't know.
You get confused.
I'm taking everyone out on the front porch with my AR-15 to smoke a cigar. Perfect.
What's that?
I think I know who that is, and I think we're going to see you soon. Did you all get shot in the right arm? I'm not playing it. Not playing that game. Do you guys make your own soap? I know how to make my own soap, but no, I don't want. Okay, are you gonna count? Like, shoot, how do I do this?
10.
You're the
Nine.
boss?
I did it wrong. I did it
No,
backwards.
Yeah, they're backwards.
I did it backwards, y'all. TJ would be so unimpressed with me.
Twist. Twist.
Ow!
Twist.
Twisted it once and you're screaming.
Oh shit moment. Come on, come on. You can
Ow,
do it. You
it
can do it.
Come on,
One
you
more.
can't fake scream.
One more. You
I
got
can't
it.
make it go
You got
back.
it. You got it. Now lock it. Oh.
I can't even make it lock in. It's
You
too
can do it. You're still talking. It's not tight enough.
I forgot to take my time thing out. Okay, hold on.
Ow.
Okay.
You're so dead.
Ow! Done.
Good job.
Take it off.
Unstrap it underneath. Okay. There you go. That's
Because
how you
I
do it.
admin the class.
Go back.
Somebody else has to save me.
I threw you
Oh.
my kit.
Hurt. I don't like that. Rip Renee, probably. Renee gets to stay in the back because Renee coughs too much, so Renee cannot be on
Everybody
mission.
think Renee's has the COVID.
Yeah, everybody will think Renee has the COVID, and Renee will give away all positions because Renee coughs too much. We are coming to Texas. It is not public yet, but we'll be coming to Texas at the end of January.
You can have the whole chips. I'll just keep the soup.
There will be 4-hour classes, training classes in January, the end of January in Texas.
Near what?
Near
big city?
Dallas.
Near Dallas area.
Near Dallas.
Not live yet.
Ow, it is not live yet.
You're welcome.
Details are not
I'm a
worked out
bee, always given A stuff to do. Yes, the bees always give the A people stuff to do, but A people give A people stuff to do too. Bear's eye is twitching right now. I'm sure he watched me and was just like, oh my gosh, she's so dead. Like, and he probably was yelling, that's not it. You need to turn one more time. Do we sell land? No. We wish we could buy land.
Right?
I wonder if he's still
No,
watching.
we're
Oh,
not
Bees Boss.
realtors.
I don't think he's still watching because I really feel like he would have commented that I died.
Right. Yeah.
Like he would not have been happy with that tourniquet. What do you call it? Tourniquet quiz, tourniquet contest, tourniquet something.
yet.
I died. So yeah, he would have commented. He could not hold himself back from commenting about Renee dying. Renee
She's
just
not.
died, lost her A+. It's also my blood type, y'all.
We're gonna have to get you a B-.
This no, no, no,
At least I'm a B+.
no. I can't. No, you're the B+. I'm the A+.
I was at A++ one time, and I pissed all my friends off
what?
because they were like, "How do you get like an A+?" Like I
A++.
had like,
Oh, in school.
yeah,
Oh yeah, I got a lot of those.
and
People didn't like me because you mess up the curve.
yeah, I did, but I did a lot. Like I got the A++.
Houston area. I don't know, but
on-
Dallas isn't that far, like compared to where we are.
So this was my school project. We had to read a book, and then we had to do like a physical
Board, storyboard thing.
something
Right.
about it. And I did, so we had a friend that did videography,
Right.
and
This cool rock.
that's so cool. So he helped me. I staged all my Barbies, and I built them a foam core like fashion show runway, and like did the curtains and did like the little like the little tiny like ball Christmas
Wow,
lights,
you, like,
super
went
glued
all
on
out.
the front. Yeah, and like we did a video of like them walking down like with the sticky putty on their feet to hold them up, and did that whole thing
Interesting.
as like a fashion show as a part of the story. I don't really know how like the two correlated,
But it was cool.
but it was cool, and I got an A++ on it.
Yeah, and you totally messed up the curve for all of the people in the class who
Yeah.
count on the curve. I applied it correctly. I totally applied it correctly. I just may have
Yeah.
hesitated too much at the beginning.
Mhm.
And I did it backwards. And it still works backwards. It's just harder to turn it
Right.
when it's backwards.
Right.
And
Happy
it's-
birthday!
a cooking show based around food. Yes, we've talked about this a lot, but y'all keep ordering stuff from the store, and TJ keeps starting new.
Like we were cooking chicken soup the other night.
We
Whenever
totally were like,
got
we
done, Renee was like, "Hey, we should have videoed this," and I was like, "Oh,
Like we started with like a farm chicken, and then I roasted the chicken, Instapotted the
and-
chicken, and then I Instapotted the bones, and then we made chicken soup out of
Right.
it, and I made rice, and I had a whole thing, and I was like, we totally should have done that. So
right." And Tails, I will totally sing you happy birthday, but I cannot sing you
Liberty!
happy birthday with Tales of the Cryptid.
Oh, y'all can sing happy birthday. So we are not the best happy birthday-ers. You would have gotten another plus if you were color coordinated.
Yeah, he's not color coordinated.
No, but he's A+ like me. You get patches like that at your local store to sell surplus. Yeah, this is
Yeah,
this
we
is
know that.
technically
That's
a patch
probably
that
where we
goes
got them from.
to tell your blood type.
Right.
And it happens to be my blood type because I don't think that's an OPSEC thing. Like if you need to save my life, I'm an A+. And yes, somebody made a singles thing on the forum, probably Badger.
No,
He's
she found
awesome.
one.
That's what I'm saying. Badger probably made a
Oh, he
singles
probably did.
thread. And I've always called myself an A++ personality. Use them for target practice.
Well, I didn't.
I love my Instapot too. I love my Instapot. I love my gadgets like Instapot and rice cookers and crock pots and all those things. I am definitely
I need no underwear. Most all else is gifted. Well, that's where a Naughty Knickers subscription comes into play.
y'all.
Get you some Naughty Knickers.
Just saying, I didn't know what naughty knickers were before I got here.
And now you do. And now you're
Do you think it's
grateful for
easier
it.
to raise chickens or turkeys? Well, I don't have a naughty knicker
Mm.
subscription. My husband's not that cool.
Well, you should. For the size of the animal, I like turkeys better.
I like the taste of turkey better.
I do. But, you know,
Mama.
our chicken slot
Dogs
has
save lives.
kind of
Mommy,
self-propagated.
you want a soda?
I'm good.
B+ personality,
bring
A+
me a
is my
site
butt
for
type.
later.
Yeah. My husband is a B+, but he is totally a B personality.
Okay.
And my daughter is an AB
Yeah,
blood
that's
type,
the
and
only
she is
soda-
such an
that's the
A.
only soda I
Like,
want.
well, I say she's kind of A and B.
She's like an A-.
She's an A-. Somewhere Bear Independent is going to come back to this video and he's going to watch some Renee the Tourniquet and he is going to have an aneurysm. Yes. It's true. You should see when he tries to make Renee do it like in class.
Yeah, she does deserve the A+ for being Bear's Spa.
I do, y'all. I mean, we call it something else in the real world, but I am Bear's Spa.
Yeah, it should really be AB.
You lost
Admin bitch.
admin bitch. Yeah, because we refer to me as Bear's bitch. Because I do whatever he needs me to do. Y'all hijack Tactical Tuesday. It's called Back Porch Bitching.
I
With the
just
back
titled
porch
it Back
bitches.
Porch.
Back porching. Yeah, but people
Back
who've been around
porch
know what back
time.
porch is.
Yeah.
Because when we call it back porch
Where's your little sign?
bitches, we get in trouble.
I don't know.
Yes, we
I don't know what
hijacked
that
Tactical Tuesday. Well, we didn't hijack. We were given Tactical Tuesday because
Right.
there's a bear in the woods.
is. Right. He's got better things to do.
Let's see.
Okay. So elaborate on the chickens versus turkey. So
Okay, yeah.
But
They-
let me just get one of these ones. But can you split it with me? Like I
no,
do?
you
Oh.
don't get one of those ones.
Y'all, there's a toddler
A
trying to
green one.
split a soda with her mommy. She'll show her
Green
mommy
one.
needs a soda
Okay.
so that she can split it with her.
Oh,
Right.
there you go, Dad.
So turkeys do eat more, but by comparison, they grow much bigger.
They're like way bigger.
Versus the amount that they eat. Laying eggs, they're iffy. I used to get a plethora of turkey eggs, and I don't know if they're
A
just hiding
plethora?
them. A
Plethora.
I don't know if they're just hiding them from me now or if they've stopped laying, but I have gotten no turkey eggs. So not great layers.
I haven't noticed a difference the time I had turkey eggs. They don't really taste that much different.
They are a little creamier.
Yeah,
Like-
but I know like
Most people
Uh.
say they are a little creamier, but
I like
Um,
turkey meat better than chicken
but meat wise, yeah, I'd much rather eat turkey than chicken. Chicken gets very monotonous.
Turkeys
and-
are finicky
Maybe
and fragile
turkey
until
would
they're
too.
old enough.
and they are like, we had my mama turkey hatched out, I think it was 5 or 6 babies, and I've got one.
Don't
left.
send Bear the screen recording. She took a screen recording of me doing the. I know where you live. I cannot take your children.
But yeah, so but just meat quality wise, I would rather have turkeys than chickens. But chickens do have their plus in egg production. So but
Yeah.
they are dumb. Yeah. They
I don't know. I like the turkeys, but the chickens are around a lot. The chickens seem to show up more.
yeah, they're much more mobile. My turkeys kind of hang out in like a general area. Whereas my chickens are all over the place.
Yeah, your chickens always get through game, right? So we got a lot of eggs.
I have 2 ducks and they lay lots of eggs. Didn't you guys have ducks once?
We did,
You guys
but they
have
ran
ducks?
away.
They ran away.
They did. Grandma told them to get out, and they did. And they
Oh, no.
went across the pond and the creek and never saw
Never
them again.
saw them again. No blue wrenches tonight. There are Texas tea. There are some blue wrenches tonight. Even T was here for a little bit, but I don't know. Oh, we know that now, Oki's boss. You're gonna have to do it. She has not put a tourniquet on in 13 years. When the
Yeah.
hen jumps on the table, the hen was up tonight.
Yeah,
like,
she
the
was
hen
trying to
jumped
roost
up.
here tonight.
She roosts up with like the alcohol in a Berkey and loves to sit there. And I was like, is she gonna lay an egg? Like, you walk over there random times and there's just eggs. Like, she loves to do that.
Right.
Yeah.
We're nice, y'all.
We don't need blue
We're
wrenches.
good.
We don't attract nearly as many people. So you
Yeah,
guys,
I mean,
I
there's
think
like
half people like jumped
252
on and were like,
versus-
oh, that's not Bear.
Right.
They're not talking about tactical things. We can talk about tactical stabby things,
Aren't
which
they
is a lot of
missing
fun.
out, y'all?
It's a lot of fun when Homie starts talking about tactical things. I mean, we carry knives and guns and things too. So are we allowed to say that on YouTube? I don't know. Somebody said, Shannon West, what do you need to know? What do you need to know, Shannon? That's not Bear. Best quote.
Yeah.
We get that a lot. You're not Bear. Like, but we do the things too.
Right. But I mean, when you think about it, like Bear does not, unless we're on a live stream, Bear does not show us on YouTube.
True.
So like, if there's just people that like
only
Bear
watch his videos. Yeah.
they have no idea who we are.
I'm totally missing it. What? My blue wrench was burnt. Yeah, can we, there she is.
Oh, We
There you go.
fixed you.
Right. You're fixed. No more shadow bands.
We fixed our friend. Chest closest stabby thing to you guys. Hommy?
Got it. That's covered in tape.
Because it opens
Goo
boxes more than
shit,
it opens
'cause,
like
yeah. This is like my
it
box
doesn't
opener
stab
knife.
kidneys and stuff.
Right. There might be a little resistance going in, but
Hommy, do you still carry your Walther?
I do. But I got an optics light for it, and
Oh my gosh, for like a week, y'all, that was her flashlight. Everywhere
Yeah.
she went, she carried her gun.
and
with her
now I have
flashlight.
my own flashlight.
Now she got an O light, and she
I
thinks
don't
she's
know.
like super cool with her O light.
I don't know where my flashlight was.
Oh,
Oh, it's right there.
It was right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
She got a new O light, and
I
now
got a
she's
new
like an
O-light.
optics light on her gun, and she has an O light because she
Yeah.
was like waving her gun
So
around
I
with
got
her.
my light, and I love this thing. I won't
Which
Well,
Walther do you have? Because I have a Walther too. Woo.
blinded
Super
by the light.
I have a Walther CCP M2 380, and yours is a Walther what? You remember?
PK 380.
PK 380.
But yeah, so I got my ultra cool flashlight now, and then I also have.
There are a lot of things with hidden pork ingredients.
I
It's
also
not
have
easy.
my cool. If I know how to open it, my cool little multi-tool.
Multi-tools. And I have my EDC
What do you have?
chopstick.
She has chapstick.
I had the other things earlier, but I normally have my lighter, chopstick, and knife. And then my gun is near me. Yes, pork hides in all kinds of things.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, we like our Walthers. Anybody else out there have a Walther? Marshmallows are one. Yes, Storms learned marshmallows were one. They make vegan marshmallows, and they're really not that bad. They're just super expensive. So you
Yeah,
only
you
want to buy
can't
them in
have-
certain times. The worst thing is things that have marshmallows in them. Like I ordered a variety box of chewy granola bars, just knowing it's a variety. They had like chocolate ones, peanut butter ones. Well, there was a s'mores one in it. So it had marshmallow in it. And not all marshmallow, like marshmallow in a jar, like the marshmallow cream does not have
Yeah,
gelatin in it. The
No, it
fluff.
has erythritol. Or
It
whatever,
doesn't-
which
yeah.
I don't like.
but
don't
it
like
doesn't
that
have gelatin
chemical
in
shit.
it. So sometimes s'mores items
Yeah.
are clean. You just have to look. Gummy bears are probably something I miss the most. Gummy bears and shrimp are my two. I love gummy bears. But you can actually find like most gummy medicine now is usually vegan. Like they usually use, what is it? What do they use in the Liberty May now?
I don't know.
They use, it's not gelatin. They use like fructose and things like that in it
Yeah.
instead. It's still like high fructose corn syrup and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. I may ask, what are we drinking? Ginger ale and apple crown, and I've got pomegranate.
She's got pomegranate in hers. I just go with the
stuff in mine.
Taurus 911 45 ACP. Well, and Hommy has more than one.
Mm-hmm.
Dollar store gummy
there
bears are
certain,
clean.
Like, and that's the thing. Like, there are
Pectin. That's
there
what it
are
is, pectin.
brands out there that do offer a clean
Right.
option. So
And very often, like if you get
it's
like
just
melatonin
researching.
gummies or you get some kind of vitamin gummies, they
Right.
often are clean. So don't think gummy equals I can't have it. Like
Right.
just read your labels. You start to learn to read your labels.
Yeah.
Yeah, pectin is fine. And yes, apparently dollar store gummies are clean. Mama needs to go to the dollar store.
well, it's like Pop-Tarts.
Pop-Tarts are clean.
We stopped eating Pop-Tarts forever because
we
it just said gelatin on the box.
right,
And
but it's
then
beef gelatin.
we researched it like on the Pop-Tarts website.
Except for the s'mores one, because then the marshmallow, which
Right.
should just be marshmallow fluff in a s'mores Pop-Tart,
you would
actually
think.
has the gelatin.
Yeah.
The wrong kind of gelatin.
Right. But they have beef gelatin. Or they
They're-
use
yeah.
beef gelatin.
Yeah, they use beef
so-
gelatin in their regular, which really, why do they even have it? I mean, you have to be careful of things like the little cornbread mix, Jiffy cornbread mix. You
Mhm.
have to buy the vegetarian version or
Right.
it has lard in it.
So traditional Jiffy has lard in it, and you don't even expect it. And those are the kind of things that we talk about. Most people follow Torah, they don't even know it. And then the people who are following Torah sometimes mess up because you're not going to think, I need to check my Jiffy cornbread every time until somebody says something. And then you're like, oh, shoot, that's in my cabinet. Like, Black Rifle coffee is clean. Yes, I think the coffee's clean. The peach rings, the gummy worms, and the gummy bears. Liberty knows her stuff. She has little kids. And so Pop-Tarts are okay. So most Pop-Tarts are okay, are clean. Law is such a burden. It's such a burden to have to check your Pop-Tarts, Gummy bears in general are not good. And Pop-Tarts in general are good because even though they say gelatin, they're beef gelatin. Processed food, processed food is definitely not good. What is hanging behind you? A big gun?
No, well, that's
The sign or the gun?
If something here offends you, let us know. We could all use a good laugh.
Some tortillas have lard in it. Yes.
I like that.
Some tortillas. The biggest thing is read your ingredients. You should be reading your ingredients just because you don't want like red dye and all the other junk in it anyway. And so you just have to check things out. So if you see duck fat fries, dive deep. Yes, duck fat fries are good. And beef fat, really, it's good. Like, it's like beef bacon. Like, we got all these turkey burgers, and we've been eating these turkey burgers. And the key to the turkey burger is to cook beef bacon on the grill first.
Right.
The turkey burger tastes amazing.
Saturate the turkey in beef bacon.
Beef bacon is not bad when used making real food. Well, it is because it comes from pig. Right. So we can't use lard. You can use schmaltz, which is chicken fat, or you can use tallow, which is beef fat. Although tallow smells like death.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't taste bad.
It's just
the
rank.
smell.
It's just kind of rank.
Has a really bad smell. So to me, like beef bacon grease.
Yeah.
Is right. What brand of marshmallows are clean? So they're called Dandy, and it says vegan marshmallows. And you can make your own vegan marshmallows, but that's like a whole level of taking things too.
Absolutely, Oki's boss.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, the Dandy, and they're just not cheap. Now it depends on the time of year. If you get closer to like Passover or Sukkot, the Dandy marshmallows go through the roof because they know all of us buy them. But I think I spent like $70 on 5 bags of marshmallows, and they weren't that big of bags. Yeah. But it was amazing s'mores, and they taste pretty good. They taste good. Are there recipes?
Yeah, there are recipes for everything.
Yeah, and there's a recipe for everything. Chicken fat is good, and like I said, if you're making beef bacon is basically like beef brisket that has been marinated and smoked and cured. It's yummy,
but it's delicious.
Yeah, and there's so many options out now. You can find beef gelatin and beef collagen, and you don't have to do the pork ones. There's so many pure grass-fed beef is such a thing that it's everywhere out there. So you have the options. You can make your own gummies. I've made my own elderberry gummies with beef gelatin. You can save beef. Can you? Yeah, we do.
You can.
But we use it a lot.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how long I would leave it
I was gonna say, I think the shelf life of beef tallow is lesser than that of
but pop it in the fridge.
Lard, but it's mainly because of the refining processes. But yeah, you can absolutely
and just use it on everything. Cook your vegetables in it. Cook your turkey burgers in it. It's yummy. Frugal is preparedness, in my opinion. It's very much, frugal does equal preparedness. It's cheaper to buy 50 pounds of oats than it is to buy 1 pound of oats. It's, economy of scale, as TJ would say. Case type sausage. I won't use pork fat.
No, and even though you can get clean casings.
You can get clean casings. And then around here, we make sausage out of animals we've killed, so we use the fat from the animals.
Yeah, like we do a sheep or a lamb and beef sausage. That
Thank you,
Tammy.
Tammy.
Add the
coconut oil
breakfast
is good
sausage spice blend or whatever too.
And when ground, there's fat. We don't trim off.
Yeah,
everything.
we don't. I have fat sheep, y'all. They are obese.
Cannot wait. In a couple weeks, we're gonna make sausage, gravy, and biscuits again with
Yes.
the little leftover lamb sausage. Cannot wait. You're popping my husband's beef chicken jersey. It's good. Now I like baked beef bacon the best.
Yeah,
the
you
grilled
can't
beef
make
bacon
it
gets
any other
too
way
hard.
than-
Like it's good, but it definitely gets really crispy, and it almost becomes like jerky on a grill. Because we have like a flat top grill that we use often, so I prefer it baked in the oven. So just like sheet pan, bacon in the oven, pull it out. It is more like jerky than pork bacon. It
Yeah,
has a jerky like.
it's thicker cut, so
But-
it's not. It's more chewy than crispy.
What day are you
Yes.
coming? Come whenever.
Where the heck do you find beef
Okay.
bacon? At our local butcher. So
Many butchers can get it for you. Like we still have to order it.
yeah, we order it in. But basically it took me going into a local butcher and saying, hey, can you guys get beef bacon? And the guy was like, hey, yeah, we used to carry that in stock because we had some people that would buy it, but they haven't really asked for it. But let me see, like, I think I can probably still order it. Okay, let me know.
Yeah.
And
And
have
we
to
order it for
order
like all the people we love and know.
right. But yeah, like we
Yeah.
have to order it for like by the
Cases.
case.
Which is only 8 packages. Like it's not
Right.
the case is not 50 packages.
No.
Like,
But even then, like, we'll get together and say, hey, we're
it's
going to
not
do a
cheap.
beef bacon order. Who all wants some? And we'll kind of like get the
It can be, like,
tribal
anywhere from like
order.
$8 to maybe $12 a pound. So it's not cheap, but it's so good.
Much
It
cheaper
is
to make
so
your
good.
own.
Yeah. I mean, and so if you guys go
Hashtag
on
Zebu.
if you go on Patreon, there is a link to, and if you just Google like beef bacon, you can find it. So T shared one time just like somebody he Googled with the beef bacon, and it's a good one. They're all basically the same. And then Jay Johns, I don't know if he's on here, but if he's on here, he can share. He put his own Patreon
Yeah,
link.
he made his with a brisket.
He made
and-
his, and we ate that for Sukkot, and oh my gosh,
And it was delicious.
it was amazing. So it's a brisket that there's a basic recipe, and it was like brown sugar. I don't know. It was brown sugar and some spices, and then he did it for like a week. Like he flipped it over twice, and then he smoked it in the end, and then he whatever vacuum seals it in like half a brisket, and then puts it in the freezer. And then when you get it, you just slice it really thin and put it on the grill, and yeah, it's not hard. And brisket goes on sale often.
right.
So
that
you can get it a lot cheaper than you can get it from a butcher. But go
Mhm.
ask your butcher too, because we do both.
Yeah.
Yeah, call around
Exactly,
and find
Dodger.
beef bacon. There are so many girls in the chat that listen to this stuff.
Well,
there
then you're
are
looking
girl-
in the wrong area.
Go to the gun range, go
Right.
to the gun store, go to the Atwoods, go to the Farm Depot. There are girls out there. You want girls who know how to do the things.
Mhm.
Or go to the forums and find, because I wasn't a girl you would have found in a farm
Well, and a
store,
lot-
but I was a
okay.
girl you would have found in the forums talking about food storage.
So a lot of
But I
girls
was also not single.
that are into this stuff are not necessarily very approachable. So they would be the girl that you would be like, oh, she's hot, but she kind of scares me. That's the girl you need. Not in a psycho scares you, but just in the, like, she can kick my ass.
She can field dress a deer, no
Yeah.
problem. She doesn't need your help carrying
Right,
it out
she
of
can
the
kick
woods.
my ass,
Go to the forum, set up local max.
but
Find someone in the area.
but yeah, they're
But I
Yeah,
like
bitchy
bitchy women.
women.
Yes.
why can't I?
I don't know. Some of these it won't let us.
It's like I'm not even a mod.
Where do I find them? So we have the forums. Check out the forums for people, and then hang out here and talk to people and say you're single. And we should make a bear dating website. We've talked about making a bear dating
Right.
website, like preppersonly.com
Right.
kind of thing. But that's why we have the forums. The forums are not only to meet to meet other preppers, but to meet each other and hang out together and get to know each other and beware of the hot crazy matrix. There is a thing between how hot they are, just how crazy they are. So you want a girl who can clean up well, not necessarily be hot all the time.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
You want a girl who can get dirty.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because if you meet a girl and she's dressed to the tilt and like all done up and all, chances are
I mean, unless you're like at a New Year's Eve party or something,
right.
You probably,
but chances are, yeah, she.
yeah. If you're at Walmart on a Tuesday and she's dressed up, you don't want her.
Mhm.
How many hamsters are in Phelps' beard? Okay, if she knows that, you should probably marry her. If you know how many hamsters are in Phelps' beard. Single prepper section. I think they just made a single prepper section. If you all go to the forums, I'm pretty sure Badger can verify, but I saw a link and I'm pretty sure somebody that made a.
I think Lizzie found a link that was on the forums.
No more hamsters.
Have you seen him?
Grindstone Ministry and Pepper. Yeah, no, he does not have any hamsters in his beard any longer. So yeah, I mean, coming on mission, there's no better way to meet people than coming to training, coming to a mission, coming and volunteering. You get to know people in their best and their worst, and that's the way you get to know people. You know, it's the way you find people. I'm not finding anyone when you're not getting out there.
Right.
You got to come and get involved with the Bear Nation.
Well, and put it out there.
50's not old.
Yeah.
Yeah, it depends where you are too. Like if you're in the middle of a big city, I should have gone in the forum sooner.
Liberty, you did fine.
Liberty,
Right.
you moved
made it.
fast
Yeah.
enough. Considering, when they asked the question earlier about like, what do you do when your family wants to do Christmas? I thought of Liberty. I'm pretty sure she had a Christmas tree last year.
Uh-huh.
She won't listen to me last year, but now she got a husband. It's all different when it comes from your husband. Your 70s, you can still be Trump or Biden.
Mrs. Hermit Hill, we're praying for you. Rebuke whatever's going on.
Absolutely.
Like, first and foremost,
get your Bible
rebuke.
out and
Yep. And then no, tomorrow is a different day. Like
I've been told to let it go more times than I can think of since I got here. Actually, before I even left. I think I left Florida with TJ going, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. Let it go. It's going to be okay. Like I was just repeated, like, it's going to be okay. It's in y'all's hands. It's going to be okay.
right. Thank you, Palm Coast.
I like that. Head to your lovely rodeo and find yourself a barrel racer. Offer to clean her stall. Yeah.
Have we heard from Holy Holy? I have not.
No, we have not heard from Holy Holy. And we were all sick last week for women's group. So we should all be on tomorrow night. Fingers crossed, praying. Like we're all doing pretty good. So we hope to be there tomorrow. If you guys are not, if you're a female and you would like to come, we have Women's Group Wednesday on Patreon. Yeah, we haven't seen her the last few weeks, so I need to check in with Holy Holy. Anybody out there's got her information, make sure you check in with her because that's what we're here for. Once you have them, you have to remember the good old days when you were single. Love you.
You didn't have good old days.
I didn't have good old days. It's been a long time. I've never been single.
No,
it's not a women's only chat. This
Only.
is just back porching.
We just took over.
She is not on a women's trip for a few weeks. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Andrea. She's not been on there, but we need to check in. Crap, today isn't Wednesday. Nope, today's only Tuesday, y'all. Uh-oh. There were no... Yellow Man is here.
No good old days before the yellow man.
We call him the Yellow Man because
Yeah.
he pops up yellow in here. He's now the Yellow Man. Do not tell the Yellow Man about earlier.
Oh, yeah. I've been there before.
Now, there's no good days before we spent time with our spouse. Can't you block that bear guy? Renee did not die. I have my patch. I did not die.
There we go. Harmony.
What?
You're shot in the left arm. Shot in the left arm.
Hang on. I have on a jacket.
It works over your jacket if
The
you
bullet
put
went
it.
through your jacket. They do that.
You use far less words than I do.
You didn't untwist. Hang on.
It's all my
What's going
fault.
on?
It's all my
It was
fault.
prepared. It was
It was
staged and ready.
and every. One more time. One more time.
You're like almost bleeding out.
Wow.
Yeah.
I did it.
38 seconds.
I did it.
Does she
I'm not
live?
dead. I'm not dead. Ow. Biscuits.
Chat needs to shush. Snitches get stitches. Or maybe stitches get hollow points, right?
That's how Smush did.
Let's just be honest. Shh. Bear just leaves it
I
on.
did good.
I
did
know. He's better. He leaves it on for like 20 minutes.
I know. He's rough, tough, and stuff.
It hurts, y'all.
Right.
I can sew myself up. Ooh, no. We're going to get some armor and a bear fact next week. That's awesome. Not dead. Nice, Hommy. She's
Yeah.
not dead.
I'm not dead.
Not dead. Oh, that's awesome. Matt, you're gonna sit down and enjoy him. You can sew yourself up. Like, we practice the sewing thing. I know how to sew. I'm not sure about the skin flappage. whether I would
Yeah,
handle
we
that
have
well.
the whole like suture training.
We have
kit.
all the supplies. Not approachable. Exactly. We're not always approachable. I mean, that RBF
No.
thing is a
Most
thing.
of the guys I ever dated were scared shitless of me. But it's because I was a very strong,
We both have RBF too. Like,
yeah, independent. Like, I knew what I wanted, and I was driven to get what I wanted. And that kind of confidence scares most men. And so, yeah, like,
except for the ones that bring shiner.
except for the ones that bring shiner that are slightly tougher than you are.
Slightly tougher than you are. Only insecure men. Yes. A good sandwich maker. I keep saying that. Good sandwich maker. Sandwich maker.
I make great nachos. I am like the queen of nachos.
Nachos.
Yeah.
We haven't had nachos since I've been here. She's never made nachos.
Well, you started talking about the nacho bar the other
Nacho
night.
bar?
okay.
and I was
Have you
like,
all seen this nacho bar
When are you
idea?
making the nacho bar?
Where you like take your kitchen counter and cover it with foil, and then you put like toppings down the middle, and then you just cover the rest with chips, and then you cover the chips with queso, like the whole. So your whole like basically kitchen island is like a giant nacho bar with there's
dripping cheese everywhere.
no meat and cheese and beans, and you just like cover it, but it's the whole bar. It's not there's no plates, like it's just, and everybody stands around with margaritas and just eats off the kitchen. I mean, it has like foil, but.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Heartslayer, we're doing good. The Pepsi challenge. So remember the Pepsi challenge? You had to guess whether it was Pepsi or Coke. It was like such an 80s thing. I don't know if you were like alive.
My
then.
friends always called me the Pepsi girl because everywhere I would go, I would always have a bottle of Pepsi, like the little curly soup.
Uh-huh.
And so yeah, they
No
always
plates to wash. Yes, that sounds really good. Do you guys make jerky or smoked meats? I have made jerky before. I've made pemmican before, but I don't know. It takes a long time to make that stuff. So I've done it like once to know how to do it, and I wish we had more time, but y'all, we have a store. We really want a new smoker here.
yeah, I have plans for
Like
this
a big smoker because
refrigerator
we want more beef
over
bacon.
here. That turning it into
We have
a
small
smoker.
smokers, but not big, giant smokers. Nachos have cheese like sandwiches. Yeah. I remember the Cola Wars, right? Yes, we had the like whole Pepsi challenge thing, but it's for old people.
Remember the clear?
Oh,
Pepsi
ugh.
Clear.
The Pepsi Clear was disgusting. or like New Coke when they came out with New Coke. No New Coke.
Zima.
Zima was so bad. Zima was so bad. I was in college when Zima came out, so like I remember drinking it like once or twice. That was like when Ice House beer was out. Oh, yeah, I got out of that pretty quick. Your daughter looks just like you. Which daughter? It's like there's a lot of daughters
Mine
between us.
or hers?
And then which one of the daughters? Because we have a lot.
Well, yeah. And
Nachos are my favorite. Coke is the real thing. I love Coke. Dr. Pepper cream soda is actually, I don't like Dr. Pepper, and I actually think Dr. Pepper cream soda is pretty good.
I do not like Dr. Pepper. Or
The Dr. Pepper cream soda.
So, like, I've stopped drinking pretty much all sodas with the exception of
If it's a mixer.
my mixer drink. But yeah, I had
Have a Coke and a smile.
I haven't had like a straight like Dr.
The
Pepper
one sitting
or
next to
Pepsi
you.
or any of that. I'm not her daughter. Nope.
That's where we were confused. We're like, oh, Tab. Yeah, Tab. My grandmother used to drink Tab and those little Velements, those like black licorice Velements. She used to eat those all the time. I remember that. Now, we're not that far apart in age that she could be my daughter, and she is definitely not my daughter.
Right.
Nope. I have
just friends.
a lot of daughters, and she has a
I don't
few
think they look
daughters.
that much alike though. Like, look. No, I don't see it.
No. Blame foe in the forums. Blame.
Soul sister.
Mm-hmm. Best friends, not sisters. We look a lot alike. I do not see that we look a lot alike. But maybe it's the more you hang out together, the more you look alike. My bad, y'all look alike. Yeah, no, we are. We like I said, we both have a lot of daughters between us, but nope, not my daughter. Or unless you thought she was the mom, that would be funny. I would totally take that if she said. Oh my gosh.
Friends start to look like each other just like our pets. I don't think my dog looks like me. Or vice versa. I don't think Sam. Yeah, I don't think I look like Sam.
Renee
I don't think
died.
Sam looks like me.
Renee can't be the mom. She died. You two look nothing alike.
Thank you.
What is the shelf life on home canned veggies until they are nasty and seep? No.
Right.
Like, that's the whole thing. Anything.
By the USDA, it's like 6 months.
Yes.
Which, I mean, like, really, if you only had a 6-month shelf life, then why would you camp?
Yeah. So any kind of canned, like commercially canned, home canned, anything, it's all about, like, is it damaged? Is it seeping? Is it open?
Right.
Is it black? Does it smell
stank?
bad? Like,
Right.
Because people have found canned vegetables 20 years old and it's been perfectly fine. Yeah, till the seals go bad. Exactly. And seals can go bad on commercial stuff.
Something growing on it. And
Yeah.
You pop that top and it smells rancid.
I'm telling you, you will know.
Yeah.
You will know. Yeah, as long as the seal is good, you're good to go. And when the seal is bad, you'll know. Adventure Frontier, get my armor. That's not bad, 6 weeks. You know, armor is one of those things that's like ammunition right now.
Right. And I think a lot of people underestimate how heavy armor is, because it is not something that
Someone in the chat sent a video to Barry's Instagram. I think I know who that was. Because they sent it to me too.
Yeah, it's heavy. She
Bear
got me
should
armor, and I'm like, I'm not.
Okay, you're talking about folk putting the armor on. Y'all. Bo got armor for the first time, and TJ handed it to him and walked away, and Hommy was helping him put it on, and she didn't tell him that you could like open it, that he was trying to fit into the armor as if it had been like set for like a smaller.
Did you send me that video?
Smaller guy.
I send you that video, folks.
And so yeah, it was funny because he got it on, but he couldn't breathe, and he was like, "I don't think this is right, y'all." And I'm helping him, like, he's like, "I don't think this is right." And then TJ walked on the porch and was like, "Are you kidding me?" And like ripped it open and made it fit him. But it was really funny, and we have video of it. Yeah. You know somebody's pranking you when they literally have their camera up and they're like, "Yeah, that's totally how you do it. Absolutely, keep going." And they're videotaping it. It's not how you're supposed to do it. Totally. Oh, nearly smoker of a large filing cabinet. That's interesting.
So the only thing that concerns me about a filing cabinet is the paint, off fumes,
off gassing.
Right, off gassing. That's the only thing that worries me a little bit because that's not food safe.
Well, if you found that was just
paint,
like aluminum, like whatever.
Right, like if you stripped it and all that, like yeah, I can see that, buddy.
Black vest. And then did the bumper sculpture. I can imagine. Yeah, that was faux. It was really funny, and there is video of it someplace, and we can probably share sometime. I saw something I missed.
The commercial.
Was it?
The one.
I have not seen said commercial about sexual harassment from preachers, but
right.
Anybody can sexually harass somebody.
I got charged with sexual
120.
I got
hold
fired
on.
Twice.
What?
I reported her.
Bo has tried to report her for chicken stories.
I'm not the one spider swinging in the office.
We're married. Canning zucchini soup tonight. Got 120 new jars to fill. That's like a lot.
That's a lot.
You should do a video on how to can meat. It's out there on TJ's channel. We did canning chicken. We canned 200 and something jars of chicken. So yeah. Oh my gosh. Well, maybe you were safer that way.
No.
Twice. Yes, we must hear. So what did you do? And were there drugs involved?
No.
It seems like there should have been.
So let's see. The first time I was an employee at a like fast food Japanese restaurant. Buku Bowl. Buku Bowl. I was an employee at Buku Bowl, and I had a friend of mine that was a cook there, and I was like the front line waitress, cashier person, or whatever.
Okay.
And we were in one of the
like it was Bear, right?
No, it wasn't Bear. But we were in like the back, kitchen area, and he was sitting down, and I literally like went up to him, and I know you're not touchy, but rubbed his shoulders. Okay. Well, there was apparently somebody else that worked there that liked me, but because I was showing affection towards somebody else, decided to
report for harassing the other person.
Finally got fired for that.
And even though the friend that I was giving the back rub to
didn't care.
It matters not what either participating party thinks about it. It's what an observer feels with sexual harassment. So I was charged with sexual harassment, and I was fired. And then the second time is actually like a pretty kind of effed up story. I had a boss that had the hots for me, a much, much older boss. And there was this situation where he tried to take me home one night after a long shift and took me somewhere else but home and tried to make advancements towards me. And basically I kicked him in the face and commanded that he take me home. And he did. And then the next morning I walked into work
Sexual offender.
and he had filed sexual harassment against me.
He tried to one up you by like doing it first.
And even though like I explained the story and everything that happened, I still got fired.
Yeah. So then he said, how do you preserve meat? Going back on the meat thing, how do you preserve meat without fridge or freezer? Canning it. You you pressure can
it, smoke it.
Can it, smoke it, freeze dry it. I mean, but I guess if you don't have a fridge or freezer, you can have a freeze dryer.
Right.
But dehydrate it. You can make jerky. So dehydrating it.
Yeah, I was like 17, 18. That was way before the stabby things. And he probably would have gotten some stabby.
Yeah, you can salt it, smoke it, can it. A commercial grade dehydrator. Yep.
The Borg's boss just hits on her all the time. Can't keep his hands off them.
And I work in the office with my husband.
Let's just shoot a nail gun at him.
So yeah, you can salt pack it. Yeah, there's all different kinds of ways to preserve without. Yeah. And there's some really great like books out there on how to do all of that, how to preserve all kinds of foods without it. Was your boss Bill Cosby? Nope, boss was not Bill Cosby.
Nope.
Can't answer that.
He doesn't let
your man that loved peanut butter.
Bill Cosby doesn't let you kick back.
That sounds like TJ.
Drugs are already.
No, this guy was like real tiny.
Oh no, I don't mean tiny. I heard the peanut butter part. I was like, who loves peanut butter?
No, he was like a total like weightlifting buff, and so like he would eat
Thanks,
peanut butter
Vincent.
and raw eggs. And, yeah.
So he said, never have two women BSing on a porch held my attention this long. You know, and we're actually having a really tame conversation tonight. We've had some interesting conversations before. Do a video about smoking and salting meat. Yeah, I don't think we have any of those yet, but we would like to. We've even talked about we need to make just a simple video on Berkeys because we had a lot of questions about which Berkey and, you know, why you would get the different ones. And we've said that we need to do that. Trying potato slices in socks while sleeping pulls all the yuckiness out.
We are bored.
I'm not sick, so I'm not sure, Diana. Yes, you can put potato slices in your socks to pull the yuckiness out, but I'm not sick. I have a chronic cough. So it's due to my pregnancies. It's kind of a long story, but I have extreme morning sickness when I'm pregnant. And I have had 9 pregnancies, and it has basically burned out my throat, which causes me to have a cough. So I wish I could change it and fix it and make it go away. My family literally in a store finds me based on listening for my cough. So, yeah, I've tried all the things, all the medicines, all the herbs, all the teas, all the things. It's the cigars. Yeah. Nope. Don't smoke. Never have. Yeah. Freeze drying gives the most nutrition benefit. Freeze drying is amazing, but freeze dryers are not cheap, y'all.
Not cheap. Enough or expensive enough. You have to raise your credit limit.
You have to raise your credit limit in order to buy it. Wish I could get my wife on the board of sexual harassment.
You need some sexual harassment.
He would like me to sexually harass him, is what he's saying.
This one?
Dirty. Yes, I clean mine often.
I'm gonna make 3.
Yeah, I clean my Berkey every single month on the 1st of the month, and not everybody does that, but
I clean mine every 6 months to a year.
Hommy cleans hers every 6 months to a year, but she also uses the biofilm drops in hers. So I would definitely recommend using the biofilm drops if you're not a person who wants to clean your Berkey often. And it also depends on your water. Yeah, are you using well water? Are you using city water? How often you clean has a lot to do with that. How often you need to. Wow, that was a lick. Oh, Daddy, use the colored folders. They're sexy. Yeah, people were saying that y'all should like change all my folder colors. Or steal the staples out of my stapler. It's awful. The big Berkey is great, but only for 2 of us. Yeah, I mean, my biggest thing to say is on a Berkey is get one bigger than you think you need and measure to make sure it will fit on your countertop or wherever you want to put it. Because very often the one bigger than you need barely fits under your countertop, or is too high for you to fill.
Right.
So the problem is more about where are you going to put it and how are you going to fill it often than anything else. And if you can, I recommend getting the glass sea thing. It's like, I forget what it's called.
I had that.
I have that on mine, and it's amazing because you cannot overfill it. You cannot do anything. Yeah, Liberty has been using her Berkey from her local river and drinking her water, and it's been perfectly fine. She is way off grid compared to me. Yes, there is a lasagna door hanger on Foe's office.
Yes, there is.
I think Bear needs to put you gals equal time on the porch talk. We've talked about that, like he could do like the first 2 hours and then we should fill in after that
After 9 o'clock.
we get the like after hours.
Because everybody knows Hommy has a potty mouth.
We have been so good tonight. I have not heard one.
I've dropped a few.
Really?
Yeah.
Like we've said bitch, but nobody has said the F word.
I think I did once.
I have not heard it. Nobody has said it.
I am not counting.
If it's Taco Tuesday night, every Tuesday night. That was funny.
Nacho bar.
You're talking about if it's Taco Tuesday, then it's like anyway. Okay. Anybody have any other questions for us that do not involve like food storage? Because we talked about that a lot. Don't push too hard or you'll get locked out. Yes. He's awesome, y'all. Do you want to come over here and talk though?
Yeah, y'all haven't done
I'm
it.
good.
He's not into it tonight, y'all. He had to go do laundry with all the kids while I sat here and did this. So
Well, we did the pre-bitching.
Pouring her Sonic drink in her mouth, put it on the back of the seat and whoosh, pushing it all on the back headrest of the front seat.
So apparently my daughter
Licking it.
put Sonic drink in her mouth and then spit it onto
Spewed
the
it
seat
on
in
the
front of her
back
and then
seat.
licked it off. Does the water from the Berkey taste good? Yes, the water from Berkey tastes amazing. I actually have another daughter that is married, and we've had a Berkey for so long that when she got married, she asked for a Berkey because she didn't like the water in her apartment complex. She missed having Berkey water. Oh, Yankee just bought her taquitos and Gatorade. Are you pregnant?
I love taquitos. I want some taquitos.
How was your week, everyone?
These little goodies chicken wrapped up in a tortilla.
Yes, Berkey makes water taste really good. So Liberty can say, like, I think her water tastes really good, even though it's coming from a river.
Right.
Like, they literally are going down to the river, gathering water and putting it in their Berkey, and she and her husband and kids are drinking it.
Yeah, and I am a water snob.
Back and forth.
There's only
Yes, storms, we're
certain
complicated women.
bottled water I will buy because
Oh,
of
yeah.
the taste
The
and
Dasani is
yeah. But yeah, like I love Berkey water.
yes. That's what I get. Laundry with the kiddos, Renee. I think Bodette earned some lasagna. Yeah. So we have like this rule in our house. Like if I go grocery shopping, I don't take the kids with me. But if he goes grocery shopping, he takes the kids with him. If I was to go do laundry, which I've never done, then he would, I've gone with him, but I've never gone alone. Then I would not take the kids with me. But if he goes to do laundry, he takes all the kids with him. And y'all, we have 4 kids. It's not like we have like one. And we have one that's like really crazy.
Right.
Like she's crazy. We have a 5-year-old that is the last one because she's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's like, but do we have to take care of Caroline? Because Caroline, she's very big. She's gonna make a great adult. She's gonna make a great Attorney General of the United States someday.
Just the in between is questionable.
Just she is, or
You think
she's gonna be in jail.
that the commercial is attack against the body of Yahweh. The
Commercial, what?
about the preachers and
No, because there's some
sexual
bad preachers.
harassment.
To me, is that what you're talking about? Like
I
those
don't
that-
know. That's the only commercial we've mentioned.
I mean,
tonight.
it could be, but like to me, there are bad people in every.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can say preachers sexually harass and truckers sexually harass and
Right.
office people sexually harass. I don't know. I feel like they all do stuff. That's what I'm getting is a freaking Berkey. You can get a Berkey and a lot of backup filters for $600. Like, and yeah, you can make your own Berkey.
When I got mine was like off of a tax return or something. And
Somebody
like,
posted
doing it.
you can make your own Berkey. The Berkey filters are the important part. Like you can do 2 5-gallon like food
Buckets
safe
stacked on top
buckets.
of each
Yeah,
other.
and get some things, you know, and you basically have to be able to plumb it, you know, put a spigot in it and put holes that you need to drill some holes. But there are tons of things on the internet on how to do it. People do it with stainless steel like trash cans. People do it with stainless steel pots. It just has to fit inside of each other. So I bought one because I'm just it's easier.
Right. It's more convenient.
More convenient to be able to just buy one. And we've had ours for 11, 12 years. Like it's been a while. We've had ours and we love it. And we've only used, I think we're on our 2nd set of filters.
Yeah. Mine for 3, I think.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tammy.
So
Bless
to me,
you and have a good night.
my lady broke her hand in a car accident 2 years ago. Got a 5.56, a Walther P22. To me, it's all going to be about.
Okay.
Yeah,
Men.
explain.
Men, listen, put those ears up. With women, it's about the feel.
Yeah.
It's not about what's cool or any of that. It's about the feel and how it fits in our hands and how it reacts when we shoot it. Like, we have to be comfortable with the gun that we pick.
And you need to shoot it a lot so you're not scared of it. Try them
So
out.
take her to a range and rent guns. Like, they usually have a wide variety of firearms that they will rent you. Rent a wide variety
Or
of
if you have
firearms.
friends that have a lot
Or
of
have
variety.
friends that you can get her to shoot their guns. But women are much different in that aspect than men. Men want
The coolest,
want the
newest,
cool thing.
greatest. Yeah.
Yeah,
And they'll
and-
use whatever. Women are like, I need to not be scared of it.
Right.
I need to be comfortable with it. And even when she finds the one that fits in her hand and she likes it, she needs to shoot it often enough to know that she has the confidence to do it. Because
Right.
a lot of women won't carry regularly. If you bought her a gun and she's not carrying it regularly, it either she doesn't like it and listen to her and get a different one, or it's that she's not shooting it enough to feel comfortable with it.
Yeah, they need to be able to try it. And I think that's why you get a lot of women that are like, no, I don't want one, is because their men are trying to buy them one online that they think that they will like. And that's not how it works. It's not how it works with
No.
women.
No, women like to go, like we go and shop, like we want to try it on, we want to check it out, and it's and sometimes it is about the color. We like the different colors, like they're fun.
Right.
Women like pretty things,
Like
but it has to
making
fit
things
too.
Personable. Yeah.
Yeah, it has to fit too.
Hey, ladies, suggestions for
It's-
a cold sore on a lip. Daughter has first date next week. She's desperate.
What's the supplement? Liberty. What
Right.
is the supplement that you've used before?
I use a combination
It's,
of bergamot and eucalyptus.
Zicam?
Something.
Zicam. There's a good supplement for it. Somebody may know. Cold sores. There's a really good supplement, and it takes them away very quickly.
Lavender also works.
Yeah. If one's not working,
Lavender,
make
tea
a roller ball of different ones. Zinc, zinc is definitely helpful. I mean, vitamin C, vitamin D, and zinc, because cold sores are normally if you're low immune system. Abreva, it's your immune system's low, but there's specifically, and I mean, vitamin C, vitamin D, zinc are all going to be good, but there's one specifically that helps. And we'll try to find it.
Thank you, Gucci Mama.
Yeah, I mean, tea tree oil is good. Anything that is anti everything, tea tree, lavender, bergamot, like they're all going to be good. But let me Google real quick and figure out. I know if I see it, I'll know what it is. Lysine, that's it. L-lysine. You can get it at most places, even like Walmart or any kind of vitamin shop. L-lysine is really good for it. What do y'all think about the vaccine? Not taking it? Oh, hey, Freedom's Memory. Yeah, none of us are going to take the vaccine. None of us would have taken the vaccine if it had been 10 years tested and perfected and amazing.
Mhm.
But none of us are definitely going to take this.
Right.
Yeah, I know. It'll knock a cold out. I don't have a cold. You can always tell the new people. You've never been. I know everybody's concerned about me, and it's, it is what
She's
it
fine,
is.
y'all.
I
She
promise
doesn't
you I'm
have the
fine.
COVID.
I don't have the COVID. So yeah, no to vaccines at all. I
don't
know
if I'm
everybody
gonna have
tries
make
to
you cough on me again, like we did last time.
people always assume that I'm sick, and I promise I am not. What do you think of the flu vax? Nope.
I don't get the flu vax either.
She's got the Rona. They say that all day long. Every time I cough, somebody's go, oh, she's got the Rona. I do not have the Rona. I actually have the antibodies to the Rona because my husband got the Rona. Every single vaccine is legally classified as unavoidably unsafe. Yes, absolutely. So I am an anti-vaxxer, as you would call it. Stress brings out some. People say anti-vaxxer like it's a bad thing. Yeah. Shush, Renee does not have the Rona. So I have been an anti-vaxxer for 19 years now. I had the Rona before it was cool. So yeah, I have been anti-vaccine for many times. I'm all about education. I personally, after educating myself on all of the vaccines, have chosen not to give them to my children. Now, do I believe that there are children when they become adults that may choose to do them? And if they're educated, that's their choice. And do vaccines, in theory, the theory behind how a vaccination is supposed to work, can it possibly work? Yes. The vaccines that are out today, do they work? No. So now you're gonna make me laugh. Hello, Freedom's Memory. Yes. Yeah, anti-maskers. Well, I'm both of those. Where's the bear? The bear's
He's in the woods.
The bear's
where
in the
bears
woods.
sometimes belong.
Replacement. We're his replacement while bear's in the woods. Good night. Good night.
Good night.
Jersey. Oh no. I'm out of drink.
She needs a can. I stole all the last of her can.
You mean split it with the
It's
little
inside.
No.
No.
It's past bedtime. She does not need any.
No.
And I think that's the difference with this vaxes. Even like pro-vaxxers are like, whoa, 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 pump the brakes.
Right.
Like, and that to me is why I think it's going to become something that is mandated.
Right, because
Where
so
other
many people.
vaccines have not, is because you have so many of the general population that, there are anti-vaxxers, but there are also plenty of pro-vaxxers
Who still
that are
yeah.
still saying, hell no, this has not undergone enough testing. And
Well, and it's a totally new vaccine. If you don't understand mRNA,
right,
there's never been a vaccine that was based on the science of mRNA, which people are saying, well, that's what makes it so cool, is that it's actually not like any of the other vaccines. And it's like,
Right.
okay, so it's an untested brand new vaccine and
The
a
last one
completely
had
new science.
30 years of testing
Right.
before it went.
Well, in the H1N1, the reason you guys don't hear about an H1N1 vaccine that was such a big deal a few years ago is it killed people. Like
Yeah.
they had to pull it from the market. It killed people. We don't know anybody who's died from the China virus yet.
I mean, and I know
people who've
that
had
have had it,
Mm-hmm.
and
we're sick.
we're like legitimately sick, but no worse
Get a new employer.
than the flu in most cases. And I just do not understand the societal mentality behind changing the way society functions based upon something that affects so few in such a harsh way. And
right, the people who have died. I mean, somebody posted, and I thought this was amazing, the stat that the average death age, average mortality age with COVID is higher than the average mortality age of the United States. So yes, if you were older, you're definitely at risk, but then I wouldn't take the vaccine because you're probably, it's going to cause more problems.
right.
So if you're already at risk, you shouldn't be injecting yourself with something that puts you even more at risk.
Right. And Justin, that
I would be interested in seeing that, Justin. If you have a copy of that, I would love to see what they're starting to put out there as far as
right.
Organizing
is, and we've talked about this, like
language is important.
We don't necessarily think it's going to come, or let me rephrase. My mother and I talked about this. We don't necessarily think that it's going to come down to a governmental mandate. I think they are going to hit corporations,
private business,
and they are going to hit corporations with this mandate of somebody comes into your store, you have an employee, because I don't think the majority of the population understands how deep some of these corporations are. And I really didn't understand it until several years ago. I worked for Lowe's Home Improvement, and I was a cabinet designer, and I went to a cabinet training. Well, that cabinet training was sponsored by Craft Made. And so Craft Made is owned by, like, it's all about parent company and then hundreds of child companies. So Craft Made, Whirlpool, Bosch, it was like some grocery food chain. I mean, all of this stuff is under one conglomerate corporation. And so I made the comment to my mom. I was like, yeah, it's not going to go governmental because that's hundreds. That's hundreds that they're going to have to convince. If they hit corporations, it's like 20.
Right.
You get 20 high-level executives, and you've reached 90% of commerce.
Right. And then it's like, well, so what do we do?
What do we do?
I mean, Walmart is going to be one of them. So buy some things now and make friends with people. Be a nice person and get to know your people. Find your farmers. Find your, who's got the chickens, who's got doctors.
On that note, to go after a majority of the commerce is they cut out all these small businesses. And how do you do it?
Right.
Shut them down.
Right.
Right. If all the small businesses go out of business because of being shut down, then they're not around when it's the time for us to do it. And that's where we need to band together and do, help those small businesses. Who has the zebu cows?
I do.
There are the zebu cows here. Yeah. I mean, the whole idea that being at high risk makes you as a reason to take the vaccine, to me, it blows my mind. It does not make any sense. If you are high risk, you should not be taking the vaccine because you're at too of a high risk for all of the list of potential side effects. The list of side effects is huge. I mean,
a vaccine gives you the virus.
Yeah. Well, the whole mRNA thing is actually, it's not giving you the virus this time. It's different. It's actually just telling your cells the instructions to fight the virus, which sounds good, but telling your cells to do something, and if it's not telling them exactly correctly, that's cancer. They start multiplying in the wrong way. That's literally the definition of cancer.
Shout out from Tactical Rifleman.
Oh, that's so cool. Yes, we love him. He is super cool.
He is a friend of the show. And you're getting HIV. Yeah, that's scary. That they have tested a bunch of people who have gotten the vaccine and they all test positive for HIV.
That's a whole nother.
Killing off 1/3?
Right. Killing off 1/3 of the population. How many vaccines do they plan on having?
Right.
Enough for 1/3 of the population. Yeah. I don't know who wasn't on the board of directors at Walmart, but yeah, I mean, yeah.
Oh,
We will have commerce without it because there's going to be
Right.
enough people who fight against it, and we will work it out. And that's like, somebody said, well, what do you do if your employer requires it? And it's like,
you find
another
freaking job.
Yeah.
That
And
was
that's
a
not easy.
polite
We're not
F word.
saying it.
That was a polite F word.
We're not
yeah.
saying that it's easy. It's not easy at all. But find another job, change your career, do something. This is not a thing to give in on. This is a hill
Right.
to die on.
This is like, okay. So
You should be planning now.
T has mentioned this before, and I don't know if you guys have ever taken notice or if this will be the time you actually do. But what is your hard line in the sand? Determine that now and do not sway from that. So if this happens, I'm GTFO, like
all the
whatever it
indicators.
is.
You need to know every
But
level.
You need to make that determination now, because if you don't, you're going to continue living in it. And each little thing, it's going to be, oh, it's not that bad. Like, I just need to do this, or they're just requiring this, and it's not that bad. You need to make those hard lines now so that when the time comes, you've already made your decision. It's not something that you're
Not under stress.
having to think.
Yeah.
Right. You're under stress. Families are involved. Love is involved. Feelings. So make those decisions.
It
now.
happens so slowly that you don't even realize how far you've gone over the line. That was once a line to
slowly,
you.
but when you think about it, like COVID, like the amount of change that we have made in our lives over the past 8 months, 9 months, has been fairly astronomical. Like, it's something that I would not have seen.
We never would have guessed if somebody said describe
coming.
2020.
Right. I would not have seen it coming. But now living in it, it's like, yeah, we definitely need to have, because it's going to creep up on you before you even know it, if you don't have these things kind of set.
And knowing what you do when that happens. So if your employer requires the vaccine, what are you going to do? You should know that now. What are, and then what are your choices? What are your options? We always have choices.
Right.
And we need to know what those options are. And you need to pre-think about, what am I going to do? How am I going to feed my family? And start doing that now. Whether that's I have the food storage until I can get a new business up and running, or until I can move. We need to have all of that.
Exactly, Badger. It's been 10 years of change crammed into 8 months. And it has just blown me away the way the majority of the population just bends over and says, okay.
Right.
Okay.
And the thing is that if we're at that point and they're requiring vaccines and a lot of people are quitting their jobs, our economy is going to have changed as to how we purchase and barter and do things. So we may not necessarily need the same things. We're going to kind of go back in time to when you traded salt and sugar and chicken and eggs.
Right.
Those things are going to become very, very important. Yeah, and if you work for yourself already, that's awesome. And if you don't, and you've always had a dream, this is probably the time to
But those
try it
that
out.
work for themselves, think about where you spend your money. Are you a contractor that goes to Lowe's and Home Depot every day? Like, you need to think about that stuff now, because I have a very, very heartfelt feeling it's going to come to that.
Amen, A1P. Yeah, and we need to plan these things, and we need to know where we're going and at what has to happen. Like, we have a list of, if this happens, we're doing this. If this happens, we're doing this.
Right.
If this one happens, we jump all the way to level 12.
Right.
You know, we called it, what was in like the war games, or, you know, the whole, what do you call it? Oh, the levels.
A1P, please bring the travel trailer. Come on now.
DEFCON.
Like DEFCON 1, DEFCON 2, DEFCON 3. Like, there are certain indicators that it's like, oh, we're at DEFCON 5. Like,
Right.
we're out, you know? And it probably won't happen that way. It's probably going to be very small incremental things, but they add up really quickly. And I mean, just look back at World War II. I mean, you know, y'all are rest of the community. Well, and you have to imagine a year ago, it was not a
John
community.
Okay. I'm about to get real with you. Okay. It's about the drive. So when TJ started this whole thing 3 years ago,
Come one is the worst. Sorry.
when T started this whole thing, we had no idea what it would be. But T had the drive. He had the drive that, like, he saw issues. He wanted to correct those issues. He wanted us to have a community, a Bear Nation, to be able to come together and share experiences, share commerce. And that's what we did. So, John, I know it's scary. I know it's inundating at the thought processes of how you would make something like that happen, but you can make something like that happen.
Well, and it's exponential. You start with one other family.
Right.
Then the next time you're each bringing in 2 people into the fold, and then 4 people into the fold. And it starts out super slow, but 3 years into it,
You
two
have
other
100,000
Yeah.
plus subs, and
Right.
forums going, and like, it just blows up. So, but at the time for us 3 years ago, it was something that, I mean, especially when we made the leap to kind of like rely on
100%.
Bear
like,
independent,
right.
like as an income, it was extremely frightening. But we did it for a year and a half, I think, with kind of part-time, where I was living homestead life and T was in the city doing work and all of that, and would come home on the weekends. And that was not ideal. It was not a cakewalk. It sucked. But we did it and we got by, and then we put our faith in Yah that he would keep on providing because we couldn't deal with that stress anymore, and he did. And
Well, and we within 3 months went from living in Florida in a house with jobs and all of that to packing up 4 of our kids, leaving our grandkids, leaving our daughter, moving halfway across the country to live with people we'd never met before, had no idea what we're walking into, planning to live in a tent in the woods until we could build a cabin ourselves. And we were okay with that. And it was scary, like super scary, to like basically put all your stuff in a U-Haul, and if it didn't fit in the U-Haul, it went to the curb. It went to the curb. It went to the curb. And
Right.
our curb had more stuff on it than the U-Haul had in it when we drove away. And that was after 12 weeks of downsizing and purging, because we were 6 people, and 6 people is a lot of stuff. But
To
one of us
fit
had to
in a
drive the
new,
car, and one of
very
us had to
small
drive the
place.
U-Haul, and that was it. Like, we didn't have anything else. And so we got here, and it has not been a cakewalk since we've been here. We still live in a 24-foot travel trailer.
that's a very
with 6
good
people.
point, Badger. Like, I don't think people understand. We've been doing this for 3 years. We have YouTube and we have Patreon. And I think there are over 2,000 pieces of content between both platforms. That is an outrageous number.
Like 2 and 3, 4 a day sometimes.
Yeah,
He would
that
post.
is an outrageous number of content. So yeah, if you want, I'll give you a little trick. If you want to see some of the old stuff,
It's interesting.
it's very interesting.
He talks about that there's not much, like, not professionalism,
Right.
but whatever. There's not much to it now.
But go to the Bear Independent channel, click the little videos tab, and then there's a sort button where you can sort it from newest to oldest, or oldest to newest. So sort it oldest to newest, and watch some of those old videos.
Hi, Travis.
And the growth that my husband has
They were super
undergone. Well, a lot of them were truck talks. Like, he would wake
They
up
were often
super
really
early to
dark,
go to
and he
the
was
wood shop.
almost like clean shaven. He still had a beard, but it was like
It was a very short beard.
short beard.
But it's quite the transformation, and quite the difference that we've experienced. Oldest
Oldest
to
to
newest. Hey, I always said, y'all don't even want to know what I always said.
No nudist. No nudist. Yeah, there are some really good ones. I just started like
There's one that's like
18 months ago, and
like what is this channel, or what am I expecting from this channel, or something. Like, it's, I want to say like the 6th or 7th video in when you do that search. But it's T sitting at our dining room table in Texas, and but it's also amazing because everything that man said 3 years ago that he wanted to accomplish with what he was starting with, I think back then it was the NTX Mag channel, he has accomplished.
yeah, he
Like,
did 10. He aged 10 years and 24 months. Yeah.
He has accomplished every bit of that. And so, but that takes a very high level of drive.
Wow.
You
And
have
he's
to,
always going.
yeah,
Like,
you
we
have
laugh
to
when he
have that
listens
drive.
to music. The speed of the music he listens to is like 10 times faster than any of us can even like comprehend with our brains. And that's how everything in his life moves. It's just faster. Like, it's just bigger. It's just faster. And I'm a person who normally was bigger and faster and bolder and louder than the people I was around. And then I met him, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, I've met my match, you know? Like,
I know. And gosh, Patriot Plumber, we're blessed to know you. Like,
yeah, you go back into those old videos, you will also find some drums. If you've ever wanted to see the drums, there's a video out there.
there's one or two of him.
Yep. You can tell where people are people are behind. They went potty a few times and they paused because they're giving different answers. Like, there's an OG wrench. Yep.
We've had some, I mean, I don't want to call out names, but like Keith Kronk.
Yeah.
He'll pop in every once in a while, and he has been around since
Before me.
less than
Like, I remember
100 subs. Like, he was one of the very first. There's a lot of people. Pandy Jensen, she's been around forever. And
We wanted to hang out more, so we need to do that again. Kids sometimes inhibit hanging out. Such an old wrench, calling the screwdriver.
who would have thought we would have?
And that's kind of our lives now. People travel across the country to hang out on the porch.
We had this discussion with A1P. He was like, man, I think his wife was like, your daughter is like awesome. And like, she took right to my daughters. And I'm like, you don't understand how many strangers show up. And
we're like, hey, kids, take care of new kids.
Right. Like, our kids have just kind of become accustomed to meeting new people and meeting them fairly frequently.
And teaching them to fellowship and build community and make friends quickly, just like we do. And also honoring that they may not like everybody. And
Right.
We allow for that too.
Renee, O'Day, okay.
All right, so are you guys building a community? I watch Bear from time to time. Never caught you
Okay.
ladies before.
We are not building an intentional community, meaning we are not actively looking for
Does not have the Rona.
members. That's not what we're doing. What we're doing is facilitating Yah's way. So Yah has been bringing us, and it's been very apparent, Yah's been bringing us people. And with those people, we do not have basically on site what we need to facilitate hosting, moving people to our area, to our land. So we have been facilitating land purchases, and basically when Yah brings us somebody, hopefully we have a place for them to potentially go. And that's how we're handling it.
But it's not like you can like email and be like, I'd like to come to you guys. Like
Right.
he's brought us so many people in so many different ways that
Right.
like we can't even facilitate land for all of our like besties that need to be here.
And if you, and
Not saying Yah's not inviting you too, because he may be.
well, and this is something that I learned in through this whole process is Yah is bringing us the people that we need.
Right.
Okay. So don't get butt hurt if we are not where you need to be. Be open to the fact that Yah may be using you to build somewhere else. And embrace that fact, because we had it when we were looking to move. We were looking in a certain area.
Oh yeah, the stories of you guys with your properties.
Right. Yah knocked every single one of those possibilities out of our hands. And we found exactly where we needed to be. And we have had some people try to move here that it has not, like,
He closes the doors.
anything, any possible way that they could have gotten here, every door closed.
It's all about timing too.
But then there are certain people that he has made a way, made a very blatant,
Very
way.
clear.
Like,
Like,
you can't,
doors were opening,
Right,
flying
you
open, that you
can't-
were like, oh, we're
you
supposed to
can't
walk
deny
this
it.
way. There were spotlights and
right.
symbols and
And I firmly believe that Yah is moving his people. But don't underestimate yourself, that you may be
he may be wanting you to build a satellite camp. Like he may be wanting you to start and lead, because especially if you're a leader, commander type person, there's only so many of those that can be in one area. You are meant to be someplace else and to be the person everybody goes to, and you lead and you put things together. You know, you only need so many BAs, so many admins, you know, everybody, you can't all be in the same place. So very often, like even the people we fellowship with, there's more than one of these little communities that have popped up, and Yah makes it very, very clear who's supposed to be where.
Right.
Even my own daughter, she doesn't live here.
But I can tell you, because I do handle shipping and receiving, and I do see where everybody lives.
They're everywhere.
I know. I know everything. No,
she knows all your details.
just in regards to that. But just about everybody in every state has somebody living close to them. So y'all need to do a better job of reaching out. To each other.
Vincent, I would go more Midwest, like way more to the Midwest.
Yeah. And then
Ozarks is a great place to start.
Out of the big cities.
I saw it somewhere. Hang on. Somebody said Jason. No, who was it? Larry Roberts, 6 days ago, and UPS still hasn't done anything with my med kits.
Yes.
So we talked about this earlier. Our Tulsa distribution center, I was told by the postmaster, is 4 days behind. Realistically, they're really more like 9
From what we
days
see, because we
behind.
know when we shipped it,
Right.
and it's still label created, and we
Yeah.
know they took it 9 days ago.
Right. So yeah, your tracking may say label created in Poto,
Promise you,
Oklahoma.
it's not in our office.
Give it 9-10 days.
The day the label was created is the day it left our office.
Right.
Like 100%.
Yeah, that's the day we packed it and shipped it. So
No,
it
we
is
are
coming.
not on that.
I promise in a couple of days they will update your tracking miraculously.
All of a sudden it'll show
moves
up
lightning speed once it gets past Tulsa. So
all of it'll be like, we've checked ones that like the day before it'll be like still label created. The next day it's like being delivered. And we're like, how did that happen? They were in California. It just all of a sudden.
So please give it some
Yeah.
time.
No, we didn't think you're blaming us, but we've
No.
gotten a lot of emails because
We do
they want to make sure it's not
apologize.
lost.
Yeah.
Because after like 5 days of saying
You're
label
like, hey,
created.
what's up?
Yeah. And we know we are tracking checkers just like the rest of you guys. Like we get it. Check, there is some cheap land in Oklahoma. Just
There
make sure
is.
it's not a flood zone.
Right.
Be careful. Check your
Yeah.
maps.
That's one thing. Like anybody
Flood zone over a big city.
looking for land. That's one of the things that's most often underlooked. And, there was a whole like acquisition of flood zones, via the EPA, blah, 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 blah. T can tell you all about it. But pay attention to your flood zone maps.
Yeah. Yeah.
They are
It's on the
there.
top of a mountain with no road to get there. It's forested land. So
Right.
it's got lots of little stumps all over it.
Just
Or-
check usgs.gov.
Yeah. Check
and
it out.
You can find
So,
your flood maps.
But compared to the rest of the
Or
country,
be
Oklahoma
prepared
is
to build
cheap.
a nice burn to
Yeah,
Right.
burn
Direct
around.
Yeah,
the
you may
water.
have to divert
Divert water. But yeah, I mean, Oklahoma, Missouri, Arkansas, there's all really good land there. You just need to be careful. If it's too good to be true, it's probably flooded.
Mhm.
But comparatively to if you live on either coast, our land's going to seem super cheap.
Right.
Period.
So Vincent, your problem is lady needs medical marijuana and you need guns. Tough finding a friendly spot for both. AKA Oklahoma.
Oklahoma is literally, there is a
Right.
medical one. I mean,
Now,
on every corner.
technically, it's the federal level you get in trouble because technically, the feds could come busting down your door and you're in possession and therefore you're now a felon because you also have a firearm.
Right.
But there are
It's-
a lot of pot, gun toting, smoking
people in Oklahoma.
Oklahomans.
And Oklahoma's
So-
constitutional carry, so everybody is carrying in Oklahoma, like everybody. And literally, there are
Yeah, there
medical-
are more dispensaries in Oklahoma than laundromats.
100%, probably 2 or 3 to 1 of dispensaries to laundromats. Good night, Patriot Plumber.
Right, exactly. They can do it anywhere. So, but Oklahoma is a very
And they have very good
gun slash pot.
medical rules, like as far as like medical freedom, requiring vaccines. They have exemptions if you're
Right.
choosing to do school. They're really good homeschooling laws if you've got small children.
Right.
Like they've got a lot of really, there's no building
Well, and
codes.
even like the medical marijuana like thing, Oklahoma made it so that there are no predetermined ailments that
Whatever
you
your doctor
must
says.
right that you must like
That's what I mean by the medical freedom. There's a
deal
lot
with.
of
Right, like it's basically if you can
Between-
talk your doctor or the weed appointed doctor, if you can talk them into
right. Florida's similar.
saying you need
Yeah.
pot, they
It's about
will
you and your
give
doctor.
you pot. So
Yeah, a lot of places are getting good about the medical thing, but Oklahoma is definitely extremely gun friendly.
Like your back hurts, you have anxiety.
right,
Well, if
like you don't have
anxiety,
to
that
have like
tobacco's
a.
gonna hurt.
It could be anything. Just
but I'd miss the winters. Yeah, there's not. I mean, it's kind of winter here, but not.
Yeah, Oklahoma is not northern Wisconsin. Nope.
Wind's picking up.
I think it's supposed to get cold again.
We get
That's
kind
why
of
the
winter
wind-
here, but yeah, it
Right.
depends on what you
The
want
winds
for winter.
blow when weather is on the move.
Right. If you've got it in other states, I promise you can get it in Oklahoma because Oklahoma is friendly to all.
Yeah.
Very friendly. So yeah, Oklahoma is definitely, I mean, and we love Oklahoma. It's a constitutional right. Yeah, Oklahoma is, if you guys don't know, like at the election, Oklahoma is a completely red state. There is not a single blue county anywhere in the entire state. I think it's the only, yeah, it's in the state, homeschooling is in the state constitution of Oklahoma. You don't have to do anything but withdraw your kid from school. Now, I mean, if you're neglecting your child by not educating them, that's a whole different story, but you have a right to homeschool. Most other states have lots of requirements of giving attendance and registering with the state and doing all that
Right.
stuff. Oklahoma's nope, you have to withdraw your kid from school.
If you ever want them to go back in,
They might have to be
test.
tested to make sure
Yeah.
that you like taught them something, but that's pretty normal. Nothing crazy. Oklahoma has really great laws when it comes to that. So, well, goodbye, Jason.
Fuck off, Jason.
Okay, there we go.
Yep.
Hommy's done.
There's the F-bomb. Big. There you go. Peace.
If you guys ask different questions, we're not repetitive.
It's optional. You don't have to fucking be here.
I know. I'm just saying. If
No,
anybody's
I'm
getting
just-
tired, oh, hide.
I mean, I would show that.
No.
because I don't care.
Yep. Michelle took care of it.
Bless you. Bless you, Michelle.
Well, that's the thing. You don't have to be here. If you don't like us, then don't be
Right.
here. There are many people who like TJ and don't like us, and that's okay because they're not here tonight. I wanted Bear. Great. Come back another
He's
time.
not here. Come back next Tuesday. You don't have to voice your fucking opinion.
Isn't it
Like,
see
you're
you
not-
next Tuesday?
And if you know anything about Bear, saying that
And
does
this
not
is
make
like-
you Bear's
okay.
friend.
Hommy's going off on a tangent here,
See you
y'all.
next Tuesday?
So everybody thinks that they deserve the right to voice their fucking opinion, right? We all think like, yeah, they need to conform to me. No, that is not how society works. Like, it's not. If you don't like it, like free market especially, if you don't like it, GTFO, get out. And if you do,
Stop
then
being Willard.
stick
Jason.
around. Like, I get it. Tea's freaking awesome. We all love tea. But, like, don't come here bashing his
He gets
wife.
his night off. Yeah, don't
bashing
bash his wife. It's not going to make you his friend.
and her friend. Like, that's going to get you a swift kick. And that. So, my
Didn't
daughter's
already
standing
say
here.
that.
Hi.
Somebody just said they didn't like us.
Now T's here. You've been lurking, babe.
Is he?
He's supposed to have a night
Where is
off
he?
and he's lurking.
Oh, he's the one that hit him. Bye, Jason.
Right.
I didn't notice that he was the one that hit him.
Right.
He probably had us like playing in the background quietly.
Get you where the good Lord splits you.
I'm betting that he had it like playing lightly in the background, and all of a sudden he's like,
Probably.
"Oh no, my wife
I
is
hear
talking."
F-bomb.
Bo walked in. I was like, your mom's having fun. I'm like, "Ah,
Right.
oh, it's nice.
But yeah, you can't expect other people to conform to your way of thinking because you think it's right.
Well,
Like,
and it's
that's
the
what we
channel
bitch
on
about.
YouTube.
That's
Like,
what we bitch about. That's literally what we bitch about. So we can't bitch about it when it's reversed. Like, that just doesn't make sense, y'all.
it's ladies' night.
Right.
He
Race
gets the
and
night off.
communication.
Info. Ladies
And
and
Race
info.
and
No, he hasn't been
communication.
on. He's barely talked at all. We kept trying to do that get him to talk, but he didn't want to talk because it's just the ladies.
Go
And
watch.
sometimes he gets a
Terrifying.
night off, and we could have just not done it tonight, y'all, but instead you get us, and it's fun. Okay, I don't get that one.
The Kermit?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't get it either.
Your husband is lurking. He's totally a lurker
He
tonight.
is lurking. But that's
He's
okay.
lurking.
We love him.
But he gets a night off. That's just what it is. Like, he cannot be on all the time.
We have another lurker right here. You see her poking.
Uh-huh. There's another one.
Oh no, it's foul. He's back.
He's just hanging.
Yeah, I'm done.
Mouse house. I'm glad to hear it.
I'm tired.
This is something different than, Bear
So that was
screaming
a
at you
compliment.
to prep.
Now you just get mom screaming at people.
It was we're less for almost 3 hours. 2 hours and
You guys
15
are there for
minutes.
3 hours. You're worse than dad.
Nurses must get vaccinated. Nope, they don't have to.
If they want to,
It
Still
depends on their contract. So there are nurses out there who have contracts that say they do not have to get vaccinated. It's all about what you set up your work contract
amazing.
to be. There are nurses who don't work on the weekends, who don't work on Saturdays. There are nurses who work private and they travel and they do all kinds of things. So yes, it is, potentially harder for a nurse to have a typical job and not take the vaccine, but there are many people who do it.
Right.
I know many nurses who do not vaccinate and have jobs. They usually, before this thing, they had to wear a mask. And they chose to do it. Garlic.
Hang on. Lori Austin, Firefly Farm. So what I would do is I would take a couple of shots of baking soda and then dose up on probiotics and good bacteria. What that's going to do is
Eat lots of garlic.
baking soda will basically kill off. It
Change
makes
your pH.
it changes your pH, and yeast bacteria they require a certain pH in order to live and thrive. So
Eating
basically
sugar.
you're going to kill off all of your bacteria because it's good and bad that you kill off, and then you're going to boost yourself with good.
With orange juice.
Well, and stop if you eat a lot of sugar, get that sugar out of your diet,
Right.
at least temporarily, if not
And-
for long term.
child,
do not
you
break
mean
some bread.
It's about to get adult. So
It's always adult.
I know, but there are several reasons why women get yeast infections repeatedly too. So
You must treat your partner also.
right, if it's something that's always happening, it's a two-way street a lot of times.
And they often don't have any symptoms
Right, no, because it's
So
on the
treat-
kind of outside
outside.
of it.
Treat both of you.
But treat both of you. Also, like urinating right after intercourse tends to flush
Yeah.
that stuff
Helps with
out.
UTIs. Anything that's if things aren't, the pH isn't right, you end up with UTIs, you end up with yeast infections, you end up with all different kind of stuff. Probiotics like applesauce.
No.
No, probiotics are not applesauce.
Like yogurt. Maybe that's
Yogurt,
what you meant, was
kombucha,
yogurt, kombucha.
kefirs, or just you can get great over-the-counter probiotics now. They don't have to be refrigerated, especially if they say soil-based. Yeah, well,
No sex. Okay, well then, yeah.
cranberry is more for UTIs. And I would use Demantos instead of cranberry because you don't have a little sugar in it.
Right.
Lots of water, cranberry juice, yeast loves. Yeah.
Do you think the
You guys.
I guess government will make it mandatory to take the vaccine? Also, what do you do?
They like to
if
grow
they
in
refuse,
applesauce.
and what do you think they will do? We just talked about this kind of. We think it will come down from corporations as opposed to governmental mandates. And
I don't know if that's a good. I don't know if they're talking about us or him.
Well, they had a good question before, so I'm going to
Okay.
give them the benefit of the doubt.
I was like, yeah. Sometimes we miss the first comments and then.
Yeah.
Yes, freeze-dried probiotics need to be reactivated. Yeah, it depends on. It depends on the type. Follow the directions on the labels, but they don't all have to be refrigerated now. Yes, they will make it mandatory, but from a private level, and no, we will not take the vaccine. Yeah. It will be done on private business level instead of on a government level because it's very hard to pass that on a government level, but it's very easy for a private business to require it for commerce.
Right.
So stack it to the rafters, people.
Right.
How many guys are left
and
after
draw
that?
Your
Not many. We're at 3
now.
hours.
Like figure out where's your heart out.
Hey, we talked about birth control one time.
Right.
Yeah. If you guys were not here on previous Back Porch Time, we've had birth control discussions. That was a whole, or prepping for females. There are exemptions for the vaccine. Ask for religious exemption. Not every state has religious or philosophical exemptions, and we don't know if they're going to allow that for COVID, but I have had those exemptions before. Night, night.
I have no idea,
Girl's daughter.
Maloney. I would say that depends on her contract with the union. Like you get into unions,
It's a whole different thing.
It's a whole nother ball game.
We have friends that are nurses that left the profession because of just even the mask wearing and the COVID requirements as far as saying people had COVID that maybe didn't.
Right.
Garlic, take like a pill, insert. Careful in the insertion, Diana. You have to be comfortable with yourself. You have to be.
Suppositories are.
Some people tie a string, like they tie dental floss to it.
Right.
But it can get lost if not done well, and you need to be very comfortable with going and fishing for it. But it can help. It's not that it doesn't work. It absolutely works. But
Put on an egg.
No. Nurses are on demand. Yeah, find a different employer. Coconut oil can work great. Coconut oil is awesome. Insert. Oh my gosh, we're really gonna
go unless you really want to know.
Yeah, put it in the freezer. Yeah, coconut oil is antifungal, antibacterial, anti-everything. So coconut oil is great, but it also turns to a liquid very quickly.
Solid and liquid. You're not sticking a garlic clove in your vagina. Okay, that's not what we're talking about. Inserting.
You can.
I mean, you could,
and it works. But people don't. People lose it. Don't do it.
Don't stick things in your vagina that don't belong there.
Yes.
Good rule of thumb.
Wait. No, it does not come out when you pee. That's a different hole.
That's a guy asking.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Defend off the vampires. Just don't. Y'all just no. Nope. Wow, did this get adult? It's late, y'all. It's been 3 hours. It is past 10 o'clock. It always gets a little crazy at hour 3.
Sorry, I want to pee.
Yes. Should we end on the garlic in the... The Pope even said to get the vax. Yeah, the Pope allows all kinds of things now that they used to not allow. Right. And then we could get into that.
Pedophiles are okay via the Pope. Like vaccines are okay. What else is he like approved? Abortion. Being gay. What else? What else we got?
Garlic.
No. We broke the internet.
Child molestation.
Hour 3. Oh, he's a shitty Pope, yes.
Yep. Yes, he is.
Oh, somebody gave a super chat for this.
Bless you, Michael. Thank you.
He gave us $5. It's like somebody gave a super chat for this. Right. Keep biting it from Pope is nuts. Okay, we've totally lost it completely. And now y'all, do we have any like good questions? Like, let's talk about Berkeys again. Berkeys.
Why am I in timeout? You're not.
You're not in
Lori.
timeout. Lori, you're not. If you were accidentally, you're not.
And sometimes the mods like misjudge.
Because if you go to click and the chat goes crazy.
It's like texting. You never get like the actual meaning behind like your text, and sometimes it can get misconstrued and all of that. So
yes. The Pope needs to read the scriptures.
Yeah.
Yes, the Pope needs to read the scriptures. Biden.
hey, backwoods.
A1P says, oops, sorry. The chat rolls really fast. Sometimes you're clicking on somebody to put them on timeout, or even just show, like I've done it where I've just tried to show a comment when it pops up, and then you end up timeouting somebody because no.
See, Matt Storms.
What was that? Yeah, it was funny.
Was the I run
I
my
know that was
pee.
it was funny.
See, like that.
Black
Like I
garlic.
don't know if I would have.
It depends on what time it is. And
Black garlic better.
Where's Bear?
Where's-
Bear's in the woods.
bears in the woods.
Right. Yes, baby.
You should know if it's this late. Bears in the
In
woods. Yeah,
just
we're
a
almost
minute, I
done.
will be. Okay.
Shaving my legs anymore.
Give me just a hot minute.
Not all Catholics agree with the Pope. I would totally agree with that. Garlic is great for vampires.
Right.
I know. It's okay. It's getting late. We've lost our minds. And bears in the woods. And we have to go to work tomorrow and like
Right.
send out all your stuff. Hopefully, did you guys? Oh, should we talk about the BOGO thing?
We did tell him about the BOGO.
But not in,
thing,
like,
but in the
2
beginning,
hours.
But not, yeah, at the end. BOGO, stickers, patches, magnets, and keychain. Right now.
Right now, till the end of the month.
Till the end of the month.
Till the end of the month. Till the clock strikes midnight and it becomes 2021. So for the rest of the year is BOGO on stickers, patches, magnets, and keychains.
Get them while they're hot.
Mhm.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Night Stalker.
But if we finish, you can go back to the beginning and watch us from the beginning. And
Right.
have
You
all
can
kinds of fun.
replay.
Yes, this was really fun. We like doing this every once in a while. And we didn't even get in like too much trouble tonight.
I'm actually a 63-year-old widow using my deceased man's email still.
Whatever makes you
I'm
happy.
glad to have you here, Evander.
It's not that late.
It's not. It's really not that late. But
It's
we
late when
appreciate
we've
you
done this
being
for
here
3 hours.
for
How-
the laughs and the fun and
If we stay on too long, then we say things we shouldn't say, like where you should put garlic.
right.
And it allows for the trolls to come out because
Right. Then they start
Late.
telling everybody where to put the garlic.
yes, we had a lot of fun. But y'all, Bear will be back next week. He'll be back in the morning, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Doing the brief.
He will.
Remember the BOGOs if you've ever wanted stickers and patches and stuff.
Right.
He can do it. Schwacking the trolls. Yes, he is schwacking the
If
trolls.
you want facts shipped out ASAP,
Black.
coyote or black or
Yeah.
gray. I have a lot of gray too.
Oh my gosh, Michael, that's hilarious. Good night, Liberty. Only at the end, Sarah.
At the end. That's
And
it.
he deserved it.
When I get really mad.
When she goes and like moves her chair,
Right.
like
when I go like this, like y'all better watch out.
that means run.
Right.
That's like
Run far and fast.
when your mother turns to you and goes, "Excuse me,"
Mhm.
like do not repeat yourself.
Mm-mm. No, she's not actually asking you.
She's not actually saying.
She heard everything.
What
said.
did you say?
Mhm.
She is. Yeah, she's not asking you to repeat it. If you guys haven't learned that yet, do not repeat what you said. Yes. So drink a couple of spoonfuls of baking soda and water in a drink,
Yeah.
and take
Like
lots of
shot,
probiotics.
like straight down the windpipe. Don't taste that stuff because
Oh.
it's.
Yeah.
Don't taste it. Just straight down the windpipe, and probably have
Yes.
a glass of water handy to like chase it with.
Yeah.
Because it's a gross shot.
Yes. And if you've got somebody that's saving up their HSA, you guys, if your HSA is going to be gone at the end of the year, like some people lose it, some people have to like March or the end of February to use it because they give them a little rollover. But some people's it ends. Make sure you've used it. You can use HSA on the store on any kits and
Coyote and black, not multi-camp. Nope. Unless
Everybody-
it's a minimum multi-camp. But IFACs.
And you can write a note. Like you can say, hey, I want red, but if red's not available, send me black.
Send me
or
blah, 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 blah.
give us your number 2 and 3 so that we'll try to get you your first one as a choice. So if you were like, I don't remember which ones they said, but I would take whatever, like just write it on your note.
Right.
And we will take that. Yep. See you guys tomorrow night for Women's Group Wednesday. Shalom.
How do we end this? Oh, right there. Shalom.